Right. Oh, I have no points. Damn it! God damn it. Yes, sir.
You are now in the Arcanium, which I am in charge.
Oh, really?
It might as well be my own little plane of oblivion. Disrupt my Arcanium, and I will have you torn apart by angry Atronachs. Now, do you require assistance?
This guy's got a few issues. Delusions of grandeur. In some manner of speaking, I guess. But, yes, you can help us, sir. What are we looking for? What are we looking for? I'm looking for an Elder Scroll.
And what do you plan to do with it? Do you even know what you're asking about?
I plan to rule the world! No, yeah, of course I do. Do you have one?
You think that even if I did have one here, I would let you see it?
Well, I'd hope so.
It would be kept under the highest security. The greatest thief in the world wouldn't be able to lay a finger on it.
Finger on it! Alright, chill, chill. Easy, easy there, sir. No need to get angry. Oh, what we got here? I need to find one, and I was told you could help. Help me.
I told you that, but I'll do what I can. What we do have are plenty of books. I'll bring everything.
I noticed.
But it's not much.
Oh.
So don't get your hopes up. It's mostly lies, leavened with rumor and conjecture.
Okay then, where are these books?
Fight well.
I kind of find it odd how like all of their books are like placed in these weird like cases.
Try not to spill anything on them.
Okay. Oh no. Oh no. Wine everywhere. Right, I'm not supposed to treat them poorly. Okay. Not poorly. Right. Okay. Well, I treated them pretty well, if you ask me. They're, yeah. Let's have a read. Let's just, like, randomly read them on the floor. So what do we have here? The effects of the Elder Scrolls. How long is this? A little bit too long. A little bit too long to read. Ah, this is... Wow, this is some intense stuff. Okay, where's the other one? Where's the other one? There it is. Aha! What's this? What's this? Ruminations on the Elder Scrolls by Septimus Sickness, College of Winterhold. Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. And I've just realised that my whoa! What's going on over here? It's a little bit too green on the screen. But I've got to disable my preview. I don't want to see the preview. I don't want to see me. I guess I could read this, but I'm not going to. Right, so he said not to mistreat these books. So I'm just going to... Okay, this is Elder Scrolls logic right here. Book, fire, no burn. I want to burn it! I want to burn it! We have not come to rescue the prince. We come to bury him! If anyone gets that reference, if anyone is watching, oh, please do tell me because I love you. Skyrim logic! It doesn't burn. Hello there, Michael McClure. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining this evening. I hope you enjoy it. Technically it's afternoon actually, but I'd like to say this evening because it's almost... Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. Is this really annoying by any chance? No? You good with this? You good with this? Wait. Wait, no, stay there. Ah, really? I wanted to balance it on your head. Screw you. We need to find some fire. Right. Fire. Oh, here you go. He's not moving. Right, okay. Right.
Hundreds of years
stay there.
Assembling this collection.
Just no.
Stay pristine, understand?
Sure thing. Just don't move a muscle. Okay, just keep it real. No.
I don't want to see you treating any of these books poorly. Are we
Right,
clear?
don't treat them poorly. Okay, don't treat them poorly. I get it. I get it. I'm treating them with the utmost respect. Anyway.
I don't care if you wrote it yourself. If you want a book from here, you go through me.
Okay. This Ruminations book is incomprehensible.
Aye, that's the work of Septimus Cygnus. He's the world's master of the nature of Elder Scrolls. But, well, he's been gone for a long while. Too long.
Okay, good. Right, he finally shut up. At the moment, Michael, I'm playing Skyrim, Fallout 3. I'll probably go back to Pokemon eventually, because most of my followers were watching me play Pokemon, so I will be jumping back onto the Pokemon. I was playing a lot of hacks, a lot of ROM hacks, which are a lot of fun. And then I have a bunch of other games. If you want to check the list, if you just scroll down, there's a button, and it's what games do you want me to play, and then there's like a whole list of ones that I could potentially play, and you can vote for which one you like. So yes, where did he go?
Somewhere up north, in the ice fields. He said he found some old dwemer artifact, but well, that was years ago. Haven't heard from him since.
Oh, really? Is that it? Okay. So we have to go find Septimus Cygnus, and despite the fact we were told nothing, literally nothing, about where he could potentially be, other than ice fields, which could be any bloody where. There's plenty of ice fields in this game. We know exactly where to go because, once again, Skyrim logic! And I do love how he says, I want you to treat these books with respect. There's books on the floor. More books on the floor. Oh, look, 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 look! More books on the floor. Books near wine. Books left out. Books near wine again. Bloody flames that are alit. Or what's the word I'm looking for? It's not alit, but I don't care. Flames that are aflame! Like, this fool. Like, there's even ink. There is even ink. Look. If only that ink would come out. If only. But again, Skyrim logic. Now, just before we go, I have to do this. I have to try and attempt this once more. Because he loves his books so dearly. And we have to treat them with respect. Right, okay. Right. Yes! Yes! We'll come back and hopefully you'll be a flame. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay, right. That's you. Put you here. Greatest respect and care. There we go. Thank you for following. Thank you for following me, Michael McClure. I really do appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Thank you. Big thumbs up. Thank you. Right. Let's get out of here. This way. This way. So I've forgotten her name. Yes, Tavarni. So Tavarni. We'll say that Tavarni asked him if he could give her a somewhat more accurate description of where he could be, and we'll say that he said, well, most probably the ice fields ahead of the mage's college. So she's now off on her way to go through the ice fields. She doesn't particularly want to travel through the ice fields because she can imagine how cold that water will be, considering this is Skyrim. And she's also, as you can see, in one of the most the brightest parts of... sorry, not brightest part. I'm thinking of the vampire portion of her. She's in the most coldest of parts of Skyrim, I'd say. This is probably one of the areas that has the lowest temperature. At least it's always snowing here, so that's my take on things. So she's not particularly excited about going down to the freezing cold water. That's very... I don't know what word I'm looking for here. That's very... What is it when someone says something that's like... That's a good line. I don't know. That's a good line, yes. The college will endure. That's a good line. That deserves to be in a book. Hello there, Fennekin Lily 14. I do hope I pronounced that right. My apologies if I didn't. But hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining this evening. And my favourite ROM of hack of Pokemon. That's a tough one. I didn't get very deep into the storylines of any of them, really. I think the only one that I really got into a lot was Pokemon... what was it? Oh, bugger, this is really going to drive me out the wall now. It was a ROM hack of Ruby, I believe, but I can't remember what it was called. But probably my favourite ROM hack would have to be... where's our map? Where's our map? Right, we have to search, don't we? Yeah, there we go. Oh look, we mysteriously know where we're going now. Oh, my favourite ROM hack. I really like Pokemon Glazed. Really just for the fact that you have Mikachu. Mikachu is just epic. That's got to be the best Pokemon ever. And the funny thing is, it wasn't created by the original people, which I love. Because I just imagine that that's a Pokemon that they would come up with. But yeah, Mikachu is just awesome and cute. So, Pokemon Glazed is up there. I really like Pokemon... Dark Rising, where you get to join Team Rocket. That was a lot of fun. However, the only problem I have with that hack is it's really unbalanced. Like, when you don't have enough trainers to battle against and practice with. So, at least that was my experience. I came across the next gym that I had to get the badge from, and all of the gym members were way too high for what levels my Pokemon were, and none of the wild Pokemon in that game give you like XP worth fighting them for or worth wasting your time over. So there weren't enough trainers to battle to get enough XP for your Pokemon. So I ended up kind of rage quitting that one and just like leaving it. I was like, you know what, guys? Like when I was live streaming, I was like, I'll just do it offline. I'll just grind offline, and then I never did it because, as much as I know you have to grind on Pokemon, it's not fun. Like with Skyrim, grinding, like you don't really have to grind because it's just a natural progression. I much prefer leveling up that way, and your skills leveling up that way naturally, instead of having to force it. Like in Pokemon, basically, you just have to force yourself to fight constantly. Millions upon millions of wild Pokemon. Basically, I didn't enjoy that at all. Let's just talk to Septimus Cygnus, and then I shall continue. Hello.
The top level was built. No more could be placed. It was and is the maximal apex.
This guy's creepy. I don't like him at all. I heard you know about the Elder Scrolls. Yes.
Elder Scrolls, indeed. The Empire. They absconded with them. Or so they think. The ones they saw. The ones they thought they saw. I know of one. Forgotten. Sequestered. But I cannot go to it. Not poor Septimus. For I have arisen beyond its grasp.
This guy is a little bit arrogant, isn't he? I have arisen beyond the Elder Scroll! And, Michael McClure, what do you mean by do you? Oh, I do apologise, I didn't see your message, I didn't see your other message there. I do have Skyrim. I won't be able to live stream it, if that's what you're asking. I do have it. I got it from a site when it was in its early stages, and yeah, and I can update it whenever I want and all that. But I don't really like. I kind of got. Oh my word, my throat. I kind of got really bored of it very quickly. It's just a game that doesn't last long in terms of entertainment value for me. So where is the scroll that you speak of? Oh.
Well, here as in this plane.
Oh, you git.
Tamriel, nearby. Relatively speaking. On the cosmological scale, well, it's all nearby.
You're not funny. You're just not funny, sir. No. Can you help me get the Elder Scroll or not?
One block lifts the other. Septimus will give what you want, but you must bring him something in return.
Okay. So Tavarni obviously doesn't like doing things for other people She's not that kind of person, especially after what she's experienced as a child. But if it's the only way to get the Elder Scrolls to help Harkon, and to bring her race, by which I mean vampire race, to bring them into the greatest, what's the word I'm looking for, like, bring them out of the dark age, I don't know. Blech. But if it means helping her race, the vampires, then I'm just going to go with that. Then she'll do it. She'll reluctantly do it.
You see this masterwork of the dwemer, deep inside their greatest knowings. Septimus is clever among men, but he is but an idiot child compared to the dullest of the dwemer. Lucky then they left behind their own way of reading the Elder Scrolls. In the depths of Black Reach, one yet lies. Have you heard of Black Reach? Cast upon where Drimmer City slept, the yearning spire, hidden learnings kept.
So this is all we can ask him, really. I really do detest how Skyrim doesn't give you a lot of control over what your character says. It doesn't give you options a lot of the time, dialogue options. It's very irritating. Hey, Mr. Blackity, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoy it this evening. Zark.
Of Tand, the point of puncture, of first entry of the tapping. Delve to its limits, and Black Reach lies just beyond. But not all can enter there. Only Septimus knows the hidden key to loose the lock, to jump beneath the deathly rock.
Okay. Hello, Mr. Ruby. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining this evening. And Bennekin, I'm going to call you Lily. Lily, I hope you don't mind me calling you Lily. If you're still there, I do hope you are. I will finish answering your question as soon as I shut up Septimus Cygnus, or I get what I want from him. So how do we get in there exactly? Or how do I get in there?
Two things I have for you. Two shapes. One edged, one round. The round one for tuning. Dwemer music is soft and subtle, and needed to open their cleverest gates. The edged lexicon for inscribing. To us, a hunk of metal. To the Dwemer, a full library of knowings, but empty. Find Mazark and its sky dome. The machinations there will read the scroll and lay the lore upon the cube. Trust Septimus. He knows you can know.
Okay, this guy just... Tavarni doesn't know what to think of this guy. Clearly, he's been down in this ice cave for far too long. His mind has become muddled and twisted. And yes, she just wants to use him, basically, get what she needs for Harkon, and get the hell out of there, because she does not want to spend any extra time than she has to with Septimus Cygnus, the loon, we shall call him. The loon. And this water is absolutely freezing. I can't do a very good cold impression, but yeah. I've never heard of Factorio. Mr. Evie, what on earth is that? Sounds interesting. And Lily, yes, I need to continue answering your question. So as I was saying, Dark Rising Pokemon, that hack, that's pretty good, but has balancing issues, at least in my opinion, so it won't be my favourite. I'm trying to remember the one that I played that I really enjoyed, but it's just not coming to me. What was it? Pretty sure it was a Pokemon Ruby hack. Or it was a Pokemon Emerald hack. Right, so where does Tavarni have to go? While I'm trying to think. Not too far away then. Ooh, watch out for the hawker. Ah, what was it? Pokemon. Oh, bugger. I'm afraid I can't remember it, Lily. I do apologise, but this is really good Pokemon hack. I think it's either Pokemon. I think it's Pokemon Emerald, and it's a completely rebuilt. Like the whole world of like Emerald has been rebuilt, and you start off by choosing a classic Pokemon, and it's just awesome. It's a lot of fun. I can't remember what the story behind it was though. I haven't played it in so long. Well, for now, I'm sure you know Pokemon Glazed, so I'm just going to say Pokemon Glazed is my favourite, because it was a lot of fun when I was playing it, so yeah, Pokemon Glazed. We'll stick with that one. Oh, okay, that sounds interesting. Interesting concept, something different from the normal, because I've... Oh, good God. Oh, no, no. Leave me alone, Mr. Sabretooth. I do not want anything to do with you. Run! Run, Tavarni! Now, because it's not daytime. That was my excuse for not fighting him, but it's not daytime, so... You know, Mr. Eevee, Mr. Bloggedy has a point there. I keep calling you Mr. Blaggedy, I do apologise. He does have a point though. If you're polluting it, then I don't know. I've kind of got to side with the aliens there. You know, it's just not fair on. It's not fair on the aliens or the planet polluting it for your own selfish needs. Yeah. Get off my lawn, you damn kids! I can't do that. I failed at doing that. Right, this seems to be a little bit further away than was first expected. That I don't like. I do not like coming close to Talos shrines, because usually they spawn frost. What are they called? Those really, ice wraiths. But looks like this one's safe. Okay, what on earth was that? What on earth was that noise? I just heard... I'm hearing it again. That's really cool. I've never heard those noises before. Obviously, Tavarni does not really care for any of these gods. She doesn't like any of the main gods. She prefers the Daedra Lords. She prefers to worship the Daedra Lords. And of course she does. She's a vampire. But before she did become a vampire, she much preferred the Daedra Lords anyway. She believed in them more. She liked them more. And of course, her favourites being... Oh god, I've forgotten his name. Oh no, what was his name? Oh, Molag Bal, that's it. Molag Bal, the Daedra Lord who created vampires. The Daedra Lord of knowledge. She's got a crush on him. Oh, is it sweet? She's got a crush on him. Damn pollutionists. Yes. Okay, that's cool. So basically you're trying to... Ah, another one. Oh, whoa. This saber-toothed cat is far too strong for poor Tavarni. And isn't it just my luck I have no health potions? What's this? Health increased for 100 points for 45 seconds. Now, it's probably a bad idea to drink the sleep-in tree sap because it kind of screws with everything. Screws with your character, but... And of course, Tavarni does some incredible downhill climbing. And she comes across walls, so... She's not out the woods yet, as the saying goes. I killed your pal. Wow, everything's gone purple. Everything is purple. I cannot see. Okay, this is unfortunate. Okay, what's attacking me? Okay, this wolf. This wolf is attacking me. Alright. Athland Ruined Tower. Interesting. You have to excuse me for coughing. For some reason my throat has decided to troll me today. Oh cool, power armor. Nice. Exoskeletons? Oh no. Don't move, don't move. Yeah. Uh-oh. Okay, this is not good. We have another one, so we'll just make Tavarni even more what high, I guess. She's high at the moment. I'm guessing. I think Sleeping Tree Sap does that to you. Is there a negative effect? No. Just makes your screen all purpley for some reason. I've never actually been in here before. I have never been in here. This is all new to me. Oh, what's this do? Whoa! Whoa. Whoa, that's a little much, isn't it? It's not the way it's not the way you greet guests. Hello, time to die, burn. What have we got here? Dwemer, silver ore. We're not interested in that, of course. With an arrow, we'll take that though. Okay, so I'm trying to get into the head of the dwemer here. What's this? Lesser ward. I think we already have this, don't we? The ultimate tree will defend you. Yes! I don't know why I have 4 sleeping tree sap potions though. I don't remember going to the tree 4 times. Oh no, because you go into the cave, don't you? And there's that Khajiit that's dead. And you get it from him. Okay then. That sounds like a really cool game. So it sounds like it's a real-time strategy game, like Dawn of War and such. I think they do, Mr. Blackety. I think it does work on them. Wow, this is still burning. Oh. Okay, there we go. Oh, I see. That's really vicious. Because I was thinking like this is like some sort of dwemer audition, like can you be part of the dwemer guard? And then like they sort of walk in like, I can be a part of the dwemer guard, yeah. And then he's like all weak, and then it's just like, no, you're just not what we're looking for. Sorry, die. And then he just like burns them or something like that. We have a weakness to fire. Isn't this typical? Just run! Awesome. Now we're a flame. Now we look like Ghost Rider. Wow, why on earth is this place filled with so many traps? Like, what is this place? Is this a treasury? It said it was a ruins tower. Doesn't make all that much sense to have have all these traps in a tower that you expect your soldiers to constantly walk through to defend. Dwemer logic? Or is it Skyrim logic? I don't know. I don't think the designers were really thinking in terms of logic here. Let's just throw in a bunch of traps for the player to get hit by. I'm worried about what this is going to do. Whoa! Did you see that? Look at that. That's vicious. This is like some really twisted, like, sexual dungeon. Do you want to get burned, or do you want to be stabbed multiple times by spears? Whatever turns you on. Silver ingot? No. Inkwell? No. Giant jar we can't pick up? No. Oh, another one. What's this? More? It's like 2 at a time. Kinky. I don't know. I don't know what the story behind the sleeping tree is, because, as usual in Skyrim, they don't go into all that much detail. Nice one, Bethesda. Thumbs up for you. Okay then. I think it would be an awesome premise to have it as a real-time strategy game, and you like build lots of troops up. Oh! How come that wasn't fair? Die, you incessant little bastard. Ah, I see, brought a friend along, eh? Tally-ho! Where's my white glove? Need to slap you. Isn't that, there's like a white glove slap or something? Isn't that like the gentleman's slap or something? Like white glove. Challenge you to a white glove duel. How about Tavarni? Tavarni. Tavarni is a... If I'm not mistaken, Tavarni is actually a Dark Elf mages cult or something. Where the Dark Elves come from in this game. Amulets of Kinnereth. I don't see a lot of them. It's probably one of the ones I rarely see, because I don't remember that sort of design. And Dwarven Boots, which we have no use for, thanks game. I wish some of the loot was kind of tailored to you, but I guess it makes sense for it to be utterly random. Then again, why on earth would the dwemer have an Amulet of Kinnereth? Like, that doesn't make much sense. Don't the dwemer have their own... The dwemer have their own gods that they believe in. So that doesn't make too much sense to me. What really annoys me is that they never ended up giving any DLC for the dwemer. Like, the dwemer have just... Like, this is all you get. Whatever's in the game, that's all you get from them. Like, there's a few extra ones in Dragonborn. There's a few extra dwemer places in Dragonborn. And you get to hear a little bit more about them from the Dawn Guard. But that's about it. Like, I really would have liked some DLC that delved into the dwemer. I really want to know what happened to them. Like, I mean, I do know what happened to them thanks to wikis. Like, I had to go online and check a wiki, find out what happened to them, because this game just doesn't give you enough information. Which is, oh, then again, I don't read the books all that often, so could be my own fault. Burn, baby, burn. Just literally. Or maybe they have to test the strength of their armor. So maybe like they make all of their recruits build their own dwemer armor, like their own sort of body armor, and then, or like full, you know, the full metal dwemer armor, and then if it stands up to the heat and doesn't melt on their flesh, then they can join. If it does, well, goodbye to them. They tried their best. Okay, another adept lock. Can we do it? Can we do it? Yeah, that would be a little bit overpowered if you ask me, Mr. Black and Bargady. The white glove slap. 10 million damage. Yeah. I never used to be this bad at lockpicking. I swear that Skyrim just has it out for me today. Or every day. I don't know. That's not... Damn it. I kind of don't like this way of lockpicking. I much prefer Oblivion's lockpicking. And the reason I do is because it's more of a challenge. It's much more of a challenge. It requires you to be very precise with timing. This, it's just like twiddle it around until you find where it turns and then just keep doing that. It's just not as fun, it's not as challenging. But I'm not quite happy that they brought the whole Fallout 3 lockpicking to Skyrim. How long is this? Maybe... Oh, it's not too long, we'll read this. So we just found the Expeditionists... What's this? Expedition Manifest. So let's have a little read of this. We've managed to secure the site and hold off any of the others who may try to steal our discoveries so far. Especially those from the College of Winterhold, who seem to think that the glory of exploring every ruin should be theirs alone. The crew for our expedition is as follows. Suala Trebitius, myself, expedition leader. Umana, my constant companion and bodyguard. Valley, a mage not associated with Winterhold. Took some time to find. Endras, a fellow explorer of some local renown. Yarg, a great brute of a woman, hired to keep the rest of the labour in check. Jadar and Jahar, two Khajiit brothers hired as labour. Ah, isn't that nice? I swear, like, the discrimination is there in Skyrim. Like, the Khajiit seem to be always, like, servants or something. At least in this game, whenever I come across a Khajiit, like, within a higher up establishment, like the Falmor, if you go into the Falmor Embassy, there's a Khajiit as the cook. I just swear the Khajiit get, like, turned into slaves a lot. Cheap labour! Need a couple more labourers getting out through the ice is... getting through the ice is proving difficult. Can't speak. We've set up shelter and scouted the area. The small ruins What? The small ruins on the lower plateau of the glacier don't seem to connect to the main structure. We haven't managed to find a way into the tower parapet we found here. Yarg mentioned a spot in a fissure in the glacial wall that may lead to the ruins, so we are trying to find a way to get down there with the gear. Looks like a storm is coming. Oh! Winter's coming. Winter is coming. So I didn't really read that well, I do apologise. Kind of hard to read these books on standard definition. They're not as clear, and I believe that they did that on purpose. I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but a lot of Xbox 360 games aren't very good looking on standard definition. And there's no excuse. I'm sure the game developers just go, oh, it's because it's standard def. Well, I play PlayStation 2 games on my TV, and they still look wonderful. I can read the text very easily. I believe that they make it so that you can't play them properly on standard definition. Or they make it a bit more uncomfortable, trying to get you to use the HDMI cable, because I swear that's what all of these... They just want to switch to the HDMI cable because it's just cheaper, and it's just cheaper to shove a HDMI socket on the back of the console. And also, HDMI, I believe HDMI is quite cheap to make as well, and yet they can still get away with charging you a lot of money, because for a long time, HDMI cables were being sold at a ridiculous price, and there's some on, I don't know if they're still there on Amazon, they might have gone down in price now, but on Amazon for a little while there were like HDMI cables, £25, £30, it's absolutely ludicrous. And I got mine from Sainsbury's for like £5, so it's just like, ha, I beat the system. And it's literally one of those like generic, just HDMI cable, it hasn't got a name to it, and it works perfectly, works flawlessly. No problems with it whatsoever. Oh. What on earth? Okay. Okay, someone's having a go at somebody else. So Tavarni is going to be careful. She heard the name Jar, which she knows. She read on the manifest. So she's wondering if the explorers, the expedition, is still here. Obviously, there was no date within the journal, so she has no idea when it was written, how long ago it was. But she did see outside in the tent, if you notice, there was that dead body covered up by a collapsed tent. So she's thinking not all of them fared well in this area, this climate. Looks like that body out there was incredibly frostbitten. $100 drones transported? My word. So you have like robots to help you though in that game. So it's kind of similar to... Do you get to like control them all? Sit around, children, it's story time with Nix! Yeah! And he can't read properly. Research notes. Okay, how I need to find like a really scary book and then I can say that. Stop with the snacks, it's loud? What? Okay, sit around, children, it's story time! But I can't read the story because the writing's all cafiddly on the... Cafiddly, that's not even a word. On the screen. If only Umani would have left one of those dwarven machine creatures intact for me to study. The fact that they almost killed those Khajiit brothers in the middle of the night doesn't mean that we couldn't have found a way to disable one. This writing is just horrific on standard definition. We dragged some stuff in front of the pipes that they came out of to stop them from coming back. They are simply fascinating. It is just as Calcimo described in the Dwarves Volume 2. Their appearance doesn't in fact resemble that of an arachnid. I had thought that... Oh, right. Their appearance does in fact resemble that of an arachnid. I had thought that to be an embellishment given by his source. The inclusion of the soul gem into the design of the apparatus is quite remarkable. It could explain the focus of the lightning that he describes. Oddly enough, it doesn't appear to be the main power source from the apparatus. Perhaps some sort of harmonic resonance with the energies contained in the soul gem to bring heat to the small boiler. Too early to say conclusively. That does raise the question of where they get the liquid for the boiler, however. Damn, this book. Huh, that was strange. I thought I just saw something moving beyond the barred door. It looked vaguely humanoid. I wonder if it could be an undiscovered automaton. I'm going to move my bedroll down here to see if I can catch another glimpse of it. This is all so exciting! Interesting. So this leader of the expedition believes that the soul gems placed within the dwarven spiders, somehow they don't power the dwarven spiders with literally the soul within the soul gem, but the vibrations that are given off by the soul gem that creates heat. Because I believe that all of the dwemer mechanizations actually run on steam. You notice, like, I think that's steam coming out of his leg there. If that's just a random texture kerfuffle, not quite sure. I believe that's steam. Shouldn't really be steaming still, should they? Considering they've probably been dead a long time. And I have no idea how to get past this barred door. I have never managed it. If anyone knows, please do tell me. I would very much appreciate it. I can't read. Sorry, kids. No! Blame standard definition. No. Oh. Yeah, as you can see, look, you can see all that steam coming off of him. So all of the dwemer mechanizations run on steam, which I love. I love that. It's kind of steampunkish, but also it sort of shows that the dwemer weren't about trying to destroy their land. Like, they were... I feel like the dwemer had a... Thank you for following me too, idiotic gamers. I really do appreciate it. To the both of you, if there's two of you watching, or thank you for following me. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. Big thumbs up. But that's what I love about the dwemer, because they seem to sort of have a respect for the lands, because all of their mechanizations run on a steam source, and they use soul gems. They don't, they use soul gems and different types of magic. Look, there's another gem there, light in the hallway. They don't use, like, flames. It's like they know that fire creates carbon dioxide or something like that. I really like that about the dwemer. It's very interesting. Very interesting. Certainly hasn't been done in the Elder Scrolls universe before. Most of the races in this game are pretty... What's the word I'm looking for? They're not tree huggers. I'm not saying that the dwemer are tree huggers. I mean, for all we know, all of these soul gems do a lot of damage to the atmosphere. Not the atmosphere. Do a lot of damage to the ozone layer. I don't know. Does Skyrim have does Tamriel have an ozone layer? I don't know, because they have gods, so they might not even have an ozone layer. I'm just speculating here. But we've come across some blood, and Tavarni is quite hungry right now, so it's all frozen. She can't drink it. Plus, it's cold. She prefers warm blood. Cold blood's just... Nah, it's like drinking cold tea. You just don't do it. It's disgusting. Unless it's iced tea. Lipton's iced tea is nice stuff. I haven't had that in a long time. Another one? These... my sneak skill. These guys just find me so easily. Die. Die, little mechanization. If I'm not mistaken, actually, I do have a sneak ring. Each chest that... okay, then, Mr. Ely. And they transport items that are provided. I see. So you literally just control the one person. That's an interesting take on it. Do excuse me for coughing. I have water here. Why haven't I had a drink? Right, we're looking for a ring. We're looking for a ring of sneak, which I'm pretty sure I picked up one. That's pickpocket success, frost resistance. Could have sworn I picked up a ring of sneak or something to do with sneaking. We still have that Dawn Guard helmet on. Need to find something more vampiric for Tavarni to wear. Anyway, so since there's blood and a random torch, which we shall take. Oh, there's more blood. There's more blood. Tavarni is getting hungry.
Another of the smooth skins looking for food? This one was to us. No.
You must be the one who took my skooma.
Okay. So clearly, Tavarni can tell clearly this guy has lost it. He's got a few screws loose. He's been on the bottle.
Mine's playing tricks on.
The skooma bottle. And clearly he mentions skooma enough times for her to know that this guy's a druggie! This guy's a druggie! And she's going to feast upon him, despite the fact he's a skooma lover. Because she is hungry. And fresh blood is better than no blood, even if it is skoomerish. It would be actually interesting if you drank, as a vampire in this game, if you drank the blood of someone that did drugs like Jadar here, and then you got the effects of that drug. Maybe not as much, maybe if you bit them enough times you would. I wish you could kill them. I wish you could,
Never should have come here.
you could kill them by drinking their blood. That would be interesting. Because you can as the Vampire Lords. There's a move where you literally wrap your wings wrap your wings around them, and you literally drink them to death, which sounds kind of weird, but you drink their blood and completely kill them, basically. So Jadar killed his brother. They both, Tavarni guesses they were both users of skooma, and they were addicted to it, and thus he killed his brother because he thought he stole his skooma, and that's the end of the story. But we have another journal here. It's Jadar's journal, the dearly departed Khajiit, right here. This dude, this guy. Just get him in a more comfortable position in his final moments. Well, he's technically already dead, but can we move him? No, he's a bit too heavy apparently. This is Skyrim logic. What's he got on him? He has nothing on him. Yeah, I picked up someone in full armor once before in this game with ease. What's wrong, Skyrim? Honestly. Now we can say they're really steamy. Yes, we can. Empty skooma bottles. This is the evidence we needed. Why the game has decided to let you pick up empty skooma bottles, I don't know. But eco-friendly until you realise they run on dead souls. Well, saying that though, I mean that is eco-friendly because, well, in some manner, because it's like they're recycling people. Like once someone dies, they take their soul and then they use it, and they can live on as an automaton. I mean, it's kind of nice if you ask me. I mean, I wouldn't mind having my soul put on automaton as long as I could control it. If I couldn't control it, then that would suck. But if I could, I'd be like, smash, smash, time to murder. What have I been up to? Not much. Like in the real world, really. Just chilling and killing, spending a lot of time talking to a special someone. Very much enjoy my time talking to them. So that's what I've been up to mostly lately. Yes. Not other than that, no, not much. Okay, I'm not really quite sure why on earth there's this piece of log here. It's a little bit odd. Is this supposed to be a bench? Or is... Surely this isn't supposed to hold up this... Like, they have support beams. What's kind of eerie is that this is dripping. I'm pretty sure this is dripping. This is melting. So... And I'm not quite sure why they had to excavate it. If this is running on steam, hot steam, then you'd expect that to melt the ice anyway, wouldn't you? So how on earth it was surrounded in ice, that doesn't really make much sense, but yeah. A guy who has night vision, he is blind. Oh, that's just Skyrim logic, Mr. Evie. If you can stand in with a level 100 sneak, they could be right here, you could be right in this pretty bright patch and they wouldn't notice you. Skyrim logic at its best. Bloody soup? Probably. I'm sure the vampires drink bloody soup. I can imagine, you know. Bit of human flesh cooked. Couple of, what else do vampires like? That's about it, really. Blood, isn't it? Human flesh just for flavour. I don't know. Chill it and kill it. Yeah. Well, no, not murder, Mr. Blogby. No. I swear, not murder. Anyway, let's read the journal, shall we? Let's read what the dearly departed Jadar had to say. This one is at his wit's end. I signed Jadar and myself up for this expedition to try and get him clean of skooma. I brought a small supply to try and bring him down slowly, but the storm has had us trapped here in the glacier for weeks. The others have not yet caught on that the one with fur should not shake so much from the cold. But I've run out of the little skooma I brought, and Jadar is getting pretty bad. He started hallucinating. Creatures coming out of the ice and the ruins. The others are starting to think he may be behind the Lee's disappearance. But I know you would never do something like that. Ah. So perhaps that body that Tavarni found up on the surface, perhaps that was Jadar's doing. Perhaps he murdered her, or Jadar's doing. But he wasn't a skooma addict. Jadar was. Nice one for putting people's lives at risk, even your own. And it looks like your neck snaps. That's charming. That's charming. But Tavarni's going to press on. She doesn't really care that they're dead. She got a meal out of it, which is very happy because she is now full of nice warm blood. She doesn't need to feast for a little while longer. And we have another journal already. Umina's journal. Let's read Umina's. It's been about a week since Valia went missing, and now Endrast is gone too. We found blood leading over the barred off doorway, but now Sulla seems to think that they found a way through, and that they are trying to cut him out of the discovery. Cut him off. Oh no, cut him out of the discovery. My apologies. He keeps saying that we need to press on. We've managed to break through into another section of the ruins. An animonculary. Oh, well, I can't pronounce that word. I can't even see it properly. An animonculary. An animonculary. Oh, I don't know. Animonculary. There we go. We'll say that. That's what it's called, people. Where the dwarves would produce their automatons. We learned that the hard way. The metal creatures are still alive in there, and it hasn't improved Yarg's mood at all. She holds that the Khajiit brothers aren't involved. What? Wait. She holds that the Khajiit brothers aren't involved with the disappearance. Okay, that's odd. I don't know if that's just me. That doesn't seem to make sense. She holds that the Khajiit brothers aren't involved with the disappearance, and has been keeping a hard eye on Sula. Is that supposed to be she hopes that the Khajiit brothers aren't involved? Oh no, okay, I guess that does make sense. But why would she be keeping a hard eye on Sula if she holds the Khajiit brothers responsible for the disappearances? That doesn't make any sense. The rations have all but run out. We're going to decide soon whether to brave the storm or try to push further into the ruins. I don't know if the echoes of screams I've heard in my sleep are those of our missing comrades, or my own nightmares. Ooh, that's pretty eerie. So, have perhaps the disappearances not been because of the Khajiit? Is there some sort of unknown force trying to... Or is there some sort of unknown thing taking them away? I mean, they're all dead now anyway, so... Whoa, okay. Okay. This is not good. So Tavarni is somewhat intrigued by the expedition's unfortunate... their unfortunate... what was their unfortunate situation, I should be saying. She's quite intrigued. Of course, she doesn't care for them at all. She has no sympathy for any of them. All she's here for is to provide Lord Harkon with an Elder Scroll. That's exactly why she's here. Whee! 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 Awesome, and a hidden area! And a few gems, a couple of dwarven ingots, and a chest. Aha, bets. Oh! Dwarven braces of smithing. Now, we're not going to smith, but we might as well take them so that we can unenchant them to get our enchanting skill up. I'm not quite sure how many enchantments are actually in this game. I don't believe I've ever come across every single one of them. But hello, Logan Joe. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I very much appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy it. She holds the Khajiit. Khajiit. I called him the Khajiit. I'm mispronouncing words now. This is terrible. So if you notice here, there's gas, so we can't use any fire spells. But since Tavarni is not a spellcaster anyway, we're pretty safe. Lots of oil around here as well. Oh, uh-oh. Right, if we don't move, they don't see us, because Skyrim logic, right? They don't see us, but they can very clearly hear us. But they're automatons. How would they be able to hear us? That makes no sense. Perhaps they use the resonance of the soul gem, like bats. Like maybe they have some sort of sonic radar. Maybe they use sonar. I think that's the word. Isn't that what bats use? Sonar? Pretty sure it is. Echolocation. No, that's what they use, isn't it? Echolocation. Is it echolocation? No, that's what dolphins use. Yeah. I'm getting all my animals mixed up. Right, we have one perk to use. I think I'm going to use this on sneak since we constantly seem to be caught by the. Oh, we can't use that yet. Okay, we use noise from armor is reduced. That's very handy indeed, especially since although we're wearing light armor, we're wearing metal light armor, so I don't know if that has an effect on how loud it is compared to leather light armor. Alright, just checking there's no traps. Sometimes these dwemer doors are trapped by spikes, or booby trapped by spikes. But yes, it would be funny if she's like writing with her left hand while she's strangling the Khajiit up in the air. Oh, okay, no, I'm pretty sure there was another room down here that we need to check. Okay then. Oh, that's cool. That sucks that you had to reset your password. I seem to forget my passwords for sites as well. I forgot my Tumblr password the other day. I hadn't been on it since Christmas. I was just like, God damn it, what is my password? And I went through every every password conceivable that I might use, and none of them worked. And then I realised it wasn't because I got the password wrong, it was because I wasn't putting my email address for my Tumblr account. I was actually putting my Tumblr username. So yeah, I felt a bit stupid. But then again, I would expect you to be able to use your email and your username. It kind of defeats the purpose of having a username if you can't use it to log in. Like, username. Use it to log in. It's kind of clues in the sentence, you know, use. But, yeah, well, Tumblr being Tumblr. Tavarni is certainly getting better at this lockpicking. She's slowly but surely learning how to lockpick more so. And she's quite fascinated by another pickpocket one. Couldn't we have had the sneak one? That would have been much nicer. Mr. Blaggedy, I am not even. That's a bit of a tongue twister there. Say that 5 times fast, like the whole thing. Ah, hold on, that's booby traps, isn't it? Ah, we should stay away from that booby trap. I'm kind of tempted to just see what it does anyway. Oh, look at that. We would have been impaled. What is it with these dwemer and their spikes? They're just, what's wrong with them? I mean, you could just burn them, or you could crush them. You could crush them like the ones in Oblivion. If anyone remembers in Oblivion when you went into a ruin, an alien ruin, and then those giant 2 stones would come down and just go and squish you. I've really never understood why they didn't instantly kill you. Actually, I think in Oblivion they did, but in Skyrim for some reason it's okay to be squished by a rock and impaled in a bunch of spikes embedded in it and still survive, because that's Skyrim logic for you. Okay, so it looks like that this noise armor reduce 50% reduction of noise armor is working. Noise armor noise. Oh wow. My brain is just not at its peak performance today. Making mistakes left, right and centre. But yes, Tavarni is quite interested in the dwemer. Not so much that it's her life, but she is quite interested in them. This race that just disappeared overnight. And, I mean, they were incredibly powerful. They created all of these different automatons and these mechanizations. And yet, somehow, they just disappeared like that. The story of the dwemer, if you read it up online, is very interesting indeed. I mean, it would really make a good... If they were ever to make an Elder Scrolls film, I'd like it to be based upon the dwemer. At least have the dwemer as one of the concepts for the story. Okay, that was interesting. He had to open twice. Just chilling. Look at him, just chilling there, just relaxing against the wall. He's had a hard day's fighting. Amulet of Mara. Now, if we wear them, if we wear that, people might think we want to marry them. So we're going to take that just in case. Even though Serana will never marry us because the game producers decided, yeah, let's just make her the one human character, the one character you actually get to know. You actually get to, you know personality-wise and life-wise, and then let's not let them marry her at all. Let's let them marry some of the droll characters that you don't get to know at all, and just have no purpose in this game except for to be set pieces that make the game a little bit more realistic. Or populate the world to make it seem more populated. That makes sense. No, she's not a fan of Twilight. How many times must I tell you, Mr. Bogdy? Tavarni is not a fan of Twilight. She would vomit at the concept of Twilight. Twilight ruins vampires. Twilight just ruins vampires altogether. Tavarni does not like it for that very reason. True vampires don't glow in the sun. True vampires turn into vampire lords and try and suck your blood. Yeah, I mean, I've seen... I won't lie, I've seen up to Twilight Part 1 of the final film. And I watched them just so that I could say I watched them, and so I had a reason to complain about them. I'm not saying they were terrible. The vampire fighting scenes were really the only moments in the films where I was actually kind of enjoying it. All of the lovey-dovey bollocks, as it were called, just... meh. It was just too... meh. Like, meh. It was too tweeny. It was too tweeny romance. Like, if they had to make it romantic... or Stephanie Meyer, if she had to make it romantic, couldn't she have, like, really make it romantic? Like, proper romance story instead of she falls in love with a vampire while she's at school and all of that malarkey. It just degrades the whole concept. Like, you know, but why not make it like a princess? Like, make it in... Ooh, Elven Shield. Sadly, it's not as good. Like, you know, make it some sort of more fantasy, more fanciful. You know, have a princess who's maybe human and they're warring with the vampires, and like she falls in love with a vampire and it's a lot of controversy. It's controversial. Like, it throws the whole kingdom into an imbalance and there's a war within the kingdom, and you know, it's just something much more interesting, more gripping. That's much more interesting, engaging romance story for me. But I guess it's because I'm a big fan of fantasy, so. But I'm sorry, like, teenage schoolgirl falls in love with vampire, suddenly thrust into vampire problems. Yeah, no, just not interested at all. No. It's like some bad fan fiction for some other vampire film, in my opinion. Okay, so this guy's just rolling. He reminds me of Brum. Did anyone ever watch Brum? I used to love Brum as a child. Until they came out with that new Brum, and I was just like, no, this isn't Brum. This isn't classic Brum. How dare you turn classic Brum into something horrid? Like, the new Brum, it had people, I'm pretty sure it had people talking or something, and they changed the narrator as well. It was just not appealing at all. Right, we need to drop something because we're over encumbered. But Tavarni's certainly getting better at this whole sneak-in concept. Slowly but surely, she is not being seen as many times. Okay, why am I wearing Dawn Guard gauntlets when I can wear Elven? Want to keep them. Don't want to keep that. It's not worth it. Sometimes I pick up all this jewelry and think, yeah, I'm going to make loads of money off of this, and then I realise that the jewellery is not worth anything at all. I find that kind of odd. Really. I mean, there is far too many... Okay, right. Is there more bad guys, or... Game? Game. Kill the music, game. Game. Kill the music. Thank you. You know, what I'd really... I mean, when the next Elder Scrolls comes out anyway, I probably will be playing it on PC, because I plan to build a desktop soon. I don't plan to buy the next consoles. But what I'd really like to see in the consoles is your ability to add your own music. Because if anyone's ever looked at the PC version of Oblivion or Skyrim, there's a music folder within the game's folders, and you can add music into it, and it's split up into different sections, like enemy attacking. There's a section for when enemies are around, so it changes the music to like the music we just heard. Then it's got like casual, like it's got like dungeon music, it's got like outside music, like if you're walking around on a field. It's got all of these different sections, and I'd just love to be able to choose my own music and put like Lord of the Rings music in all of the different portions. It would really go with this. And Final Fantasy music, it would just be so awesome to be able to hear like my favourite game music, and it's in the right sections. So when you're fighting enemies, you're listening to the enemy music or the boss music for another game. Just be really cool, make things a lot more fun instead of having to constantly listen to the same old music over and over again. So after a while, it gets kind of droll, gets kind of boring for the ears. They may glow if they're on fire. Well, I mean, yes, but you know, they don't glow in the sun like freaking twinklies. Like a bloody... Oh, I don't know. What's the word? Just the way they glow in Twilight is just... I mean, why do they have to glow? It doesn't... Okay, it's an interesting difference, because obviously I don't believe any vampires before that glowed or could walk in the sun. I mean, a lot of depictions of vampires have them not being able to go out in the sun at all. Some of them are affected by the sun, like in Skyrim. This lock is really irritating me, but really making them glow and sparkle like a disco ball? Just no. This isn't the 90s. Okay? I mean, the 90s were much better than... The 90s are so much better than what everything's like right now. Children's programs were better, games were better, movies were better, TV in general was better. I miss the 90s so much. Lolly was still a famous singer. Was she ever really that famous? I don't think she was. Twilly diddly dee, twilly twiddly tweet, 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 tweet. Buzz in the treetops. No, I'm not going to sing that song. And what she did Big Boys Don't Cry, Rockin' Robin. I can't remember the other songs she sung, but yeah, what happened to Lolly? She disappeared. Isn't that Romeo and Juliet vampire version? No, not really, because I guess it has similar ties to Romeo and Juliet, but come on, Mr. Evie, wouldn't you be more interested in a Romeo and Juliet vampire story than Twilight's story of, oh, I'm a teenage girl that goes to school, and now this vampire's turned up out of nowhere, and now I'm in love with him, and now I'm all part of the vampire issues within the human world. That's like I say, it sounds like a bad fan fiction gone wrong. Thank you, Logan Joe. Thank you. I'm flattered that you think so. Thank you. Okay, right. Whose diary is this? I've got all blushing. No, but we have Endra. Actually, if I do look red, I'm not blushing. Okay, honestly, it's really hot in my room. It's quite warm in Britain right now. Plus, I have the Xbox going, the laptop going. I would say my tortoise's heat lamp, but his heat lamp is not on, so that's my excuse. Cough, cough, cough. Anyway, we have Edras's journal. So let's see this. The eyeless creatures took us in their sleep. I don't know what happened to the Khajiit brothers. We never saw them in the cell. I managed to pick the lock and we made a break for it, but got split up. Sula yelled something about not leaving without finding where he came, what he came here for, and Umana chased after him. Yarg and I tried for the top of the cave shaft, but one of the ramps was broken. Without hesitation, she grabbed me by the scruff of my tunic, threw me atop the ledge, and told me to run. And I did. I didn't even look back. I just ran like a coward. I could hear her fighting them. I just had to get away. I didn't even notice the arrow in my shoulder. Wait. Till I hid here. Those metal creatures are all still around me, and I'm too terrified to even move. 8 divines, please just take me now. And of course they clearly did, because he's dead. And he has an arrow, thank you. We'll take that. Oh, he's a wood elf, one of my favourite races in the Elder Scrolls. Ah, cool, look, this guy's light enough to carry. Should we try and, like, support him against the wall? Yeah, okay, right. No, stop doing some weird dance. Okay, damn it. Stop. Ah, screw you. We're not going to pick up that. We already looked in here, didn't we? So Tavarni, the more Tavarni reads these journals, the more intrigued she is about how on earth they died, because that arrow within his shoulder clearly was not one of the dwarven automaton's arrows. However, it was quite similar to arrows that she has that have been fired upon her when she entered that cave as the Vampire Lord. Those creatures that she couldn't defeat. And these egg sacs are also very reminiscent of them. So she's wondering if the Falmer are in here. She's not too particularly excited for them to come into contact with them again, considering the last time she did, she was almost dead because there were too many of them and they were quite strong. So couch were made summer? I have no idea what that is. That sounds like some sort of either an anime or a hentai. I'm just saying. But despite the fact that she may enter some Falmer area or Falmer infested ruin that this possibly could be, she's going to press on. She's going to press on because she wants to get that Elder Scroll for Lord Harkon. She wants to impress him. And she wants to be able to completely destroy the sun for her vampire race. She wants them to be able to live outside of their castle and the ruins that they hide in. She wants the vampires to rule the whole entire land of Tamriel, or at least Skyrim. I mean, how cool would that be? Skyrim, just vampire land. Although something tells me if they managed to do that, then they'd have to move to another land to kill all of them for blood. Okay, we have another insane spider. Now, this is a worker, so I'm not quite sure if he's trying to break up this rock to remove it. That would be quite interesting if he was. But of course, Bethesda didn't decide to make any of these rocks break down into pieces because they clearly were too lazy to do so. That would be interesting. I'd like to see what the spiders actually do as workers, like when they actually work. Orcish Axe of Fear. No. That isn't stronger than my axe, but apparently it is for some reason. Actually, that could be stronger than my axe, because my axe no longer has any charge, so I could be using a fairly weak axe now. Have a look. 21. Now, is it 21 because of the 5 frost points, or is it 21 altogether? No, it must be 21 altogether. Okay, no, we'll keep this axe. But eventually we're going to switch it up for a dagger. Do we try it? Do we even try to get into the expert locked portion? We shall try. We'll safety save, just in case we screw up. Okay, bye Logan Joke. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And take care. Hope you have a nice evening. What's up with Twitch? It keeps freezing. Does it? I'm not quite sure. I don't... Maybe just try and refresh, Mr. Evie. It's definitely not... I don't think it's me. My internet connection speed is still running smoothly. No. Okay, let's attempt to unlock the expert lock. Tavarni hasn't tried to unlock any expert locks before, so this she may not be able to do so. However, looks as though we have found... It was right there somewhere, wasn't it? There we go. Gently. Oh, so close. Oh, no. Ah, that really does suck. Yeah, there we go, she did it. Tavarni is quite proud of herself that she managed to open that. Considering that she's not one for lockpicking and such. She's not a common thief. Really? A master lock? No. That's something Tavarni will not be attempting. Right, we need to lose some weight. We always come across Dawn Guard, so we don't need the crossbow. Hunting bow of souls. I do believe I've already had a weapon that has a soul attached to it, and there's not much point in using a steel mace. Thank you for following. Oh my word, Ed. Oh bugger. Screw you, T-board. I wasn't finished reading that. Thank you for following me, Ed. I didn't actually see your name there, but Ed1Nos Euro. Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. And thank you, Cuddle Toy. Thank you for following me. I really do appreciate it. I don't know if Twitch is just screwing up and saying you've followed again, because I do believe you had. But anyway, I didn't say thank you in the first place. So thank you for following me, Cuddle Toy. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You know who you are. Well, of course you do, because I'm saying your name. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Right. Yeah. We need to lose weight, but we can't, because I don't need those two. Those are. We don't need them. And another one. I just don't understand why there's so much jewelry. This is very... I mean, obviously this is a good thing to use if you want to enchant, or if you want to get your enchanting skill up. But at the same time, if there's going to be jewelry in this game, I expect it to be really high value and not as common as it seems to be. Even though, obviously, most of the jewelry you come across, the metals aren't expensive metals. They're not rare metals, but still. Ah, okay, that's good. That's good to hear. So that looks to be... Wow, really? Hold on, wait a second. Wait a second. So you're telling me that she managed to throw a human up to that? Huh? Does she have superhuman strength or super dark elf strength? I mean, that just doesn't seem possible. No, that logic that defies gravity and all manners of logic. Now, it would make sense if there was still spells that allowed you to jump higher, which there used to be in Elder Scrolls Morrowind. Why they got rid of them, I don't know, because that would have been a lot of fun to be able to use them. But considering, okay, the arrows just fall out, do they? That makes a lot of sense. I'm just gonna yank this out of your body, and yep, thank you. But that really doesn't make much sense since they got rid of the jumping spells, and that's something I don't understand why they got rid of a lot of spells. They really simplified the magic in this game, and I'm not a fan of it at all. I feel the magic in this game was really ruined by what they decided to do. I loved Oblivion and just the sheer amount of spells in that game. There's just a ludicrous amount, and you can make your own. Why they got rid of the ability to make your own, I don't know. And the same goes for alchemy. Why on earth do I have to go to an alchemy table? I much prefer to have my alchemy instruments with me. It's much more fun, and you can make potions wherever you go. And in some ways, it's a bit more realistic, because... I mean, yes, there should have been... I mean, it makes sense to have alchemy tables, but I still feel that it would have been nice to still have your own instruments as well. But perhaps there's a mod that allows you to do that. Sadly, playing the Xbox version, I don't have the luxury of mods. But hopefully soon I will be able to, once I actually buy all the parts for my desktop PC and build it. She used the bow, of course. Yeah, it's just like slotted him into the string and fired him up. That, yeah, I don't know that how'd that work. I think the bow would just break instantly, unless it was like the mega bow. Okay, luckily enough, it seems as though our sneaking is getting much better, or Tavarni's sneaking. The more she sneaks, the better she gets at it, and we're almost leveled up as well, which is good. Probably go for another sneak perk. And these claws are vicious. Those do a lot of damage. Vicious trap. Well, that's only good for one use, which kind of sucks. And I don't understand how setting off this string makes this claw move, because I don't see any string going up to this claw to basically set the trap off. But that's just me being a bit too picky, I guess. Realism, Bethesda. Realism. Oh, no, there's two of them. Okay. Well, Tavarni knows that that's a mage Falmer, so she wants to take out the mage first because they're very powerful. So she is going to try and take him out first. Oh, hello. What on earth? Where did that skeever come from? Oh, great. So, they both attack me. Okay, no, he's attacking... Wow, he took out that Falmer a lot quicker than I managed to. No, no! Ah, okay, it's okay, we can still loot him because his leg is here. Once again, logic. Skyrim logic. It makes all sorts of sense. Flawless Garnet, Skeever Tail... Weak lingering poison. Falmer ear. Oh yeah, yummy. Oh, staff of ice spikes. Now I could take that for safety reasons in case we come across something powerful. I'll take it for now, but obviously if I need some room, then I'll throw it. An enchanted unbreakable, but yes, but no such thing exists in the land of Skyrim, Mr. Blogby. Sorry to rain on your parade there. Right, that's good. So soon enough, I believe it's level 60. In sneaking, we'll be able to use daggers, and you do 15 times the amount of damage a dagger does when you do a sneak attack, which is amazing. It really breaks the game to some degree, because if you've got a pure stealth character and you have that dagger ability, you almost defeat any creature instantly if you manage to sneak up on them. But I really like that. I think that's pretty damn awesome. Because you still have to... The daggers don't have a lot of range. They're quite short range weapons, obviously, so you have to get close to even manage to hit them. And if your sneak level is low, then you won't manage to. Ah, there's another one. There must be another one. Because... No? Yep, there he is. Ow. He doesn't even have a sword. Where's his sword? He has an invisible sword. My word, he's powerful. Oh, axe right to the neck. Lovely. I'm not quite sure if you can actually feast, like drink the blood of the Falmer. I think that would be quite interesting. Although Tavarni is not very much appealed. Falmer, not very much, but Falmer blood doesn't appeal to her. They're very horrid-looking creatures, and she would most certainly not want to drink their blood, even if... Well, I guess if it was a life or death situation, she's not going to complain if she's dying and she has to drink the blood of them. But if she has a choice, she's not going to drink the blood of the Falmer because it's... Yep. I'm imagining, I don't know, just the worst thing you could probably drink in this world. I don't know what that is. Does anyone have any idea? When do things make sense in Skyrim? Never, Mr. Bloggy. You've got a good point there. Things in Skyrim never make sense. Okay, right, the first thing we want to do is restore health potions, which we do have, luckily. Oh, we have quite a few of. Nice. 41 points, look at that. Lovely. And then we'll just make a lot of random potions after that, so... You two? 25 points of damage, not too bad, not too bad. I kind of expect the damage ratio to go up if you use 3 different plants, but I love how using the second one, I love how using the third one makes the damage go down, but at the same time it makes the potion more expensive. Skyrim logic once again at its work. I don't understand that at all, but oh well. And of course we'll be selling a lot of these potions off once we manage to find a alchemist. We won't be able to sell many of them because sadly merchants in this game don't have an endless supply of money, which I mean, I guess that does make sense, but I do feel that a lot of the merchants in this game should have a lot more money. I know that you can give them more money if you get your speech skill up, but I mean, it just doesn't make sense for a merchant to have, like, when a piece of armor can go for upwards of 2,000 gold in this game, and a merchant only has 600, it doesn't make all that much sense, especially if it's an armor merchant, because you kind of expect them to have a nice little cash sum ready to buy some really rare armor that they can improve upon or something. So a little bit unrealistic, kind of sucks. Okay, so we've made a restore magicka potion. Target is weak as a magicka. Wow, okay, that one definitely got our alchemy levels up quite a bit there. I have to remember that one. And now we're probably very much weighed down by all of these potions we just made. No, okay, maybe not. And we have a really odd weight carrying capacity, 325. Interesting. I wonder if that's because of a spell. Or a potion that we've drank. Although we haven't drank a potion for quite a while, so... Just lubricate the throat. Sounds really wrong, but okay, so the arrow is pointing here. Transcribe the lexicon. Right, the arrow is pointing here, but it makes no sense why, because there is nothing there, but perhaps it's above us, maybe? Not exactly the best way to... I mean, to be honest, I wish that there wasn't an arrow at all. It really defeats one of the best parts of RPGs, is that you have to explore and find everything for yourself. I really think that you shouldn't be given a hand. There should be an option. There should be an option to be given help, like given aid or not in this game. So you can turn the arrows on and off, and you can also... If you turn the arrows off, then all of the characters in the game give a lot more detail as to what you have to do for the quest. Like, they actually give you locations. Like, they describe the location to you. Because I swear the Bethesda producers got really lazy in this game. It's like, no, just throw an arrow their way, make them... Just throw an arrow and they can just follow that. Where's the realism factor there, Bethesda? I'm not blocking at the right time. Defeated. Look at that face. That face is just... You wouldn't really want to wake up to that in the morning, would you? No. That's just not a pretty sight. Okay, right. Can Tavarni once again manage to pull off an expert lock? She's not going to try. She's not going to try. She's not here to pick locks. She's here to... Oh, lots of alchemy ingredients. Thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. Excuse me. But she's not here to... she's not here to open chests. She's here to get the Elder Scroll. That's her main objective. That's what she wants to focus upon. She wants to get it back to Harkon as quick as possible. And there's lots of Falmer ears here that we can't pick up, which is a shame because they're good ingredients. But oh well. We will take that Dwarven Dagger for when we actually get the perk. Because once we get that perk, we will be unstoppable. Oh, okay. Another one. Any more? Yeah, there's one over there. And that guy just decided to... Oh, okay, he's a lot stronger than his... Oh, no. Oh, no. This is not good. Oh, what's this? Calms less powerful opponents for 60 seconds, traps their souls if they should die. Sadly, we won't be able to use that, but I will. Wow, both of these guys know ice spells. Oh, no, that was close. Tavarni has certainly met her match here. Wow, look at that! Look at the amount of resist frost potions. 55. No wonder I'm weighed down so much. Okay, there's our health potions, and we'll start using some poisons. Too many potions. We're gonna have to. Tavarni's gonna have to find somewhere where she can store her goods in the Valkyr castle. Hopefully, Lord Harkon won't mind. Got a level 40 damage potion there. That did the trick. And now we shall use all of these ones. Oh yes! Time to die! Oh, whoops. Okay, alright. Wow, look at that! Look how much damage that's taken away. Oh! Dead. Tavarni has begun to realise the potency of her poisons that she has been making, because she really was just planning to sell them off and make some money. Though yes, money doesn't mean all that much to her. That's the only thing that she planned to do with them. But seeing as though they are very effective, she's begun to realise what a bit of a fool she's been not using them. So she's going to make use of her potions now, since she has quite the stock. Has quite the stock, quite the inventory of potions. That's what I should have said there. And wow, lots of alchemy. Look at these. Look at all these alchemical ingredients. Thank you, Falmer, or Falmer, whatever your name is. Soul fragment. I don't know why I'm picking up fragments. I'm not quite sure what you can actually do with the fragments, to be honest. Blue mage's robes. I'm not interested in that. They have a flute. It's kind of odd. And a hat. Don't know why they'd want a hat. What's this? Charred human flesh. Oh, yummy. We'll take that. And that. And that. Let's put the Falmer shield back on. I should have probably... Tavarni probably should have used that right there. Oh. Oh, wait a second. Who's this? Vali. Of course, Tavarni has no idea that this is Vali, but she's guessing because in the last journal she read, there was a mention of a cage or a cell, so she's guessing this was the cell. And it looks like the Falmer decided to have some nom-noms and basically devour. Oh, not Vali yet. I guess she was. I guess she was like seconds. They'd stuffed their bellies too much to eat her. This expedition mustn't have been too long ago, because if she's only finding this body now and it's still in relatively good condition, clearly it wasn't too long ago that this expedition actually took place. Then again, the cold may be preserving the body. So apparently this Falmer was killed by one of them because it has a couple of arrows in its chest. Intestine. That's a pretty... I don't want to say... I was about to say that's a pretty long shaft, but that would come across very, very wrong indeed, especially for those of the gutter-minded or the pervertedness. Can't really think of a word there. Oh, okay, we have one Falmer. Any more? 2 Falmer. 3 Falmer, 4. Yep, 3 Falmer. Okay. Giant spider that is an ally with the Falmer, I guess. Oh, that's not good. Okay, Skyrim logic, so Usually they can't see you when you're sneaking, but suddenly... When is this game going to actually make up its mind? Honestly. Okay, that poison didn't do a lot, did it? I think that your alchemy skills should go up when you actually use the potions on your weapon. I think that would make much more sense. It's a shame that that doesn't... It's a shame that they didn't incorporate that, because it would make sense. Using your potions upon the enemy, surely that would, in some form, bring up your alchemy skill, or there should be some sort of specific like skill thing that involves that, but maybe that wouldn't work. I don't know. Just a concept I had in mind. Okay, let's use this poison first. It's the most powerful. I don't like that I have to keep putting the poison on my weapon. See, now this is one thing I would like them to change in the next Elder Scrolls. Instead of making it a one-hit wonder potion, why can't you have the character like dip their weapon in like a pool of poison, or like you have to collect a certain amount of ingredients and then in your house or something that you have a giant wooden bowl and you mix them all together and you make this pool of poison and then you can dip all of your weapons into it and it lasts, oh my word, I almost died there, and it lasts maybe, you can poison up to 10 weapons or something, and then the poison lasts for 200 hits or 200 hits of an enemy or something like that. Make it a little bit more long lasting, because I kind of get fed up of having to constantly go into the short screen, which is literally the quickest way to actually get to the poisons, having to do this, because it kind of gets a bit tedious. I for some reason decided to pull out my dwarven dagger. I have no idea why. Right, quick! Where's the other one? Where's it? Ancient Nord Axe of Cold, which we still have to. And dead. Our poisons are very effective. My word, it's absolutely boiling in here. Curse you, heat. Not really a big fan of summer myself. Like, I like the sun, but not when it's freaking blistering. I much prefer it when it's a somewhat cloudy day, there's a bit of a breeze. I kind of like a bit of a grey sky. But it's just light. It's light, but it's not ridiculously sunny. That's my perfect weather. I absolutely love the rain. Don't know about anyone else, I love the rain, I find it very soothing. And thunderstorms are just awesome. And I've actually found out that where I live, it was actually named after the god of thunder, which is Thor, which I find pretty damn awesome. Good choice of names. Saxons? No? Romans? I don't know that far into British history, to be honest. I'm much more interested in the whole 1800s era, when we were basically the biggest empire in the world and we were trying to take over America. And we were fighting Spain and France and I think we were fighting Holland at the same time. And I do just love when the Americans, like Americans online, they sort of pull out the, oh, we defeated you with a bunch of people with pitchforks. And I'm just thinking, no, you didn't. You defeated us with an army, for starters, that had weapons. Okay, not pitchforks. Okay, you weren't that incredible. You weren't that strong, trust me. Not only that, but we were fighting 3 other bloody countries, and we only sent a very small contingency of our army over to America. If we wanted to take over America and stop the American Revolution, we would have. And we could have. But we were fighting 3 different countries at the same time, so clearly we had a lot of fighting to be done. But I think if we weren't fighting those 3 countries and we wanted to stop the revolution, we could have easily done that. Easily. But sadly, that did not happen. I say sadly because I'm not against Americans. I don't hate Americans, of course. I mean, there's certain Americans that I just can't stand at all. But there's people from all around the world that are like that for me. But I just feel that America would probably, at least in my opinion, would be a better place if Britain had remained in power. And it's like, well, I mean, if anyone's seen The Patriots, one of my favourite films, despite the fact how incredibly Americanised that film is, by which I mean it completely portrays the British in a really bad light, and it makes the Americans seem like they're oh so brilliant, and they're so angelic, and they're just fighting for freedom. That's the only problem I have with that film. It's one of my favourites, but that's the problem I have with that film. But it's as Mel Gibson's character says at the beginning, why should I trade one tyrant miles away, millions of miles away, for a bunch of tyrants a couple of miles away? And it makes sense. It makes sense. So let's face it. You know, American government, tyrants? Yeah, you know, just saying. I'm not saying the British government aren't a bunch of tyrants. They're a bunch of fools, actually. They're a bunch of ignorant fools. But well, let's not get into politics. Let's not get into politics. I've done that too many times before, and yeah, not a big fan of politics. I think it's one of the most useless things in human history. Completely unnecessary. But there you go. So Tavarni is doing pretty damn well with this whole sneaking. She's getting much better at it. So what we're gonna do is, that's level 50. So we're going to get deadly aim now, and then next time we level up we'll use the dagger one, and then Tavarni will be the ultimate assassin. So I did plan for her to somewhat be an assassin. Considering she's a vampire, you kind of expect her to be very sneaky anyway, sort of lurking in the darkness. So she's an assassin-like character anyway in her own regard, being a vampire. But as soon as we get that dagger perk, it's just incredible. When I first, because I never used daggers a lot, I really do love daggers. I love them, but they just the way the weapons work in this game, I mean, at least in Skyrim they're quite potent if you get the right perks, but I still don't feel that they get that done justice, I guess would be the word. Like, I'm not really all that fond of damage ratings, because at the end of the day it's a weapon. In real life it would just do the amount of damage that particular weapon will do. I know it's an RPG, so you kind of have to give them damage ratings, so that you have really stronger a lot more stronger weapons once you level up, and the player is what's the word I'm looking for? The player is rewarded for their hard work. Yeah, I guess that's what you could say. But yeah, I wish that the fighting system in Elder Scrolls was a little bit more refined. Well, not refined, more elaborate. Not refined. I don't know why I use refined, but I like it to be a little bit more elaborate, a little bit more realistic. And I'm convinced that they could easily pull that off if they wanted to. Especially with the magic. The magic was really disappointing in this game. Still not a big fan of it. That's why I don't use it all that much. The only thing that I like using on the magic-wise in this game is conjuration, because that's actually quite a lot of fun. Okay, so we're just going to eat that human flesh because we haven't yet. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Tasty. Right, we don't need the merchant's journal. Don't need that journal. Don't need that journal. Dirium, blah, blah, blah. We don't need that. Dark Brotherhood Assassins, no, don't really need that. Alchemist's journal, don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Advances in lockpicking, don't need that. Just get rid of all. I don't even know why I picked up these journals, to be honest. Vanorous Volpin's Research. Hello there, IPO Murder. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoy it this evening. Oh my word. Time has flown by, isn't it? Wow. It's already 8:30. I thought that was still alive then. What on earth? Wait a second. No, okay, I was imagining it. Okie dokie. Right, now that we've looted this cavernous area of all of its plants, we can continue on forward, and Tavarni can claim the Elder Scroll for Lord Harkon. Well, not just yet. She still has to do a couple of things, but okay, she's already come across one of these guys before, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But she knows No, she hasn't actually, has she? So she's looking at this giant automaton and she knows that this thing is going to pack a punch. This is going to be a very, very hard fight. So she's going to use her skills in sneaking to do as much damage as possible. She's going to hit it right in its vital point. Oh no, she's not, because it spotted her. Ah! That was really unfortunate, wasn't it? Trying to find if we can actually use this to our advantage, but Tavarni doesn't see a switch anywhere, so she's in a bit of a pickle. However, maybe we can use the game to our advantage. She's going to see if she can use these spikes to her advantage to take out the Dwarven automaton. Here he comes. Now! No, we missed! Ah, that sucks. Okay, is it? It still knows she's there. She's not very confident in fighting this beast. It's not really a beast, is it? It was air humping. Yes, it, well, I don't know what to say to that, to be honest. I pure murder. Was getting his groove on. I think we've already looked in his chest, haven't we? Yes. Okay, it seems to have forgotten her. So she's going to try and attempt to attack in its vital region once again, which is right between the legs. Isn't it always the vital region? If it stops moving. Ah, that's not fair. Come on, game. That's not fair. Her attempt at trying to hit that vital area failed once again. She didn't hit it right where she needed it to be, so she's hoping that this automaton will forget about her again. Because I don't believe poisons are going to... Well, she doesn't believe that poisons are going to work on something made of metal. So she isn't going to even try and waste... She's not even going to go and waste her poisons on it. Oh, it's coming up here. That's not good. However, maybe she can use this to her advantage. No! I really don't... I wish there was an explanation as to how these automatons could hear. Doesn't really make all that much sense to me. I can imagine they can see, but hear? Really? I mean, if it didn't see her then, like, why would it see her when she swung her axe? Maybe it's forgotten about her again? Fingers crossed, everyone. Fingers crossed. Yeah. Alright. Oh. You're going to come back up? Yeah, there we go. Right. Closer. Now! Oh yes, we did some damage. But nowhere near enough. Just going to resort to one of her scrolls that she can't use because there are in no way helpful. Oh, but maybe, considering it's a mechanization, perhaps she can use her bow spark suits. No, that didn't work either. She's slowly but surely running out of ideas here, because it's most certainly seen her. However, she has one ace up her sleeve. She's not sure if it's going to work. She's going to see if she can defeat this beast with her Vampire Lord form. Cue the Vampire Lord! Mere mortal creature, I shall defeat you. And it works. It works. There you go, Mr. Bloggedy. Life Drain works. Oh, now that was an epic finish. That's the kind of death you expect a Vampire Lord to be able to administer. Blasting back the automaton all the way back to whence it came. Quite literally, because it came from that little bit there. And once again, Tavarni is feeling the pure strength and power she has as this Vampire Lord. As her true form. She sees this as her true form. But of course, she isn't using it currently all that much because, obviously, She doesn't want to become utterly dependent upon it. And that was the word I was looking for last stream, dependence, which I completely forgot. But she doesn't want to become dependent upon her vampire lord form. She still wants to be able to fight in her human form, because there may be times where she won't be able to turn into a vampire lord, perhaps because she's too weak to, or in some such. So she's preparing for all cases, or all situations, all scenarios. And I did try and use... Hey, Blaze Phoenix, welcome to... Blaze, I'll just call you Blaze. Welcome to the stream, thank you for joining. I did try the gate, but I just missed. So, but this looks like where she needs to go.
Hasn't there been enough?
Oh, Sulla!
Of course, you want me to leave. Just waiting for me to turn my back, so you can have all the glory for yourself. What was that?
Huh? Ha!
It's nothing.
So, Tavarni recognised the name Sulla from the journals. This seems to be the only two survivors of the expedition. And she's not quite sure why they're fighting each other. She guesses that they probably aren't at an agreement. Something like that. She's not quite sure what's going on here, but she's quite amused by these pitiful mortals fighting each other. And now she's going to put an end to Sulla and her miserable life. Perhaps Sulla was one of the reasons why they disappeared. Maybe it was her doing that the Falmer managed to find them. And clearly the expedition leader must have been that one that was eaten on the table.
What was that?
Oh no, this is Umana. This is Umana. Okay. So it was his fault. I kind of thought Sulla was a woman's name, but I guess I was wrong. But it was his fault. So she may have actually been she may have been good, but she tried to attack us anyway, so. And she has the Targ of Blood, the Targ of Blooded, which is a really odd name. Targ is from Star Trek, I know that much. Well, I mean, there are Targs in Star Trek. The Klingons hunt them down. They're like giant wildebeest or something. Yes, I'm a Trekkie. I love Star Trek. It's awesome. But, okay, now this is a really good shield, a very unique shield, and sadly the only unique shield in this game. Why is it unique? Because it does damage when you shield bash, and we are going to take it. It's not as good, clearly, as the Falmer shield, by quite a stretch. But the fact that it has the ability to inflict damage, as you can see there, 3 points of damage, 3 points of bleeding damage for 5 seconds, which is pretty handy. It's heavy armor though. I'm not quite sure if the Falmer shield is heavy armor as well. But we're going to try and use that and see if it's just as effective as the Falmer shield. But we're going to have to get rid of something because we're over encumbered once again. But it's a shame that there's not more unique weapons and more unique pieces of armor and such like that. I would like to see maybe unique pieces of armor that when somebody gets too close, their soul or the life essence begins to drain, and you slowly fill up a soul gem. Or maybe it has spikes on it. If they get too close, they get damaged by it, like the way spikes work in spike pits in this game. Except for they don't do as crazy a damage as the spike pits do. It's literally ridiculous how much damage you can take from those spike pits. And I guess I was planning on making some food in this game, but Tavarni has no use for any of this human food anymore, or this mortal food. She no longer needs it. It disgusts her, so she's going to completely do away with it. She no longer needs that. Oh yes. And here we go. We unlock the secret way, the secret passage. I do love how all of the dwemer have all of these different unique ways of getting into their places. It's awesome. I did. Sorry, Pure Murder. I didn't see your comment there. I did try to use the bow, but it didn't really work. But the vampire form, the vampire lord form, once again proved its usefulness. And oh, can hear an murmur. But wow, look at this place. By far my favourite place in Skyrim. By far, out of every place you can visit, even with the DLC, Blackreach is by far my favourite place. And it looks like there's an automaton there. I was going to try and use the arrows, or Tavarni was thinking about using the arrows, but he is arisen, so we can't. But Blackreach is by far my favourite place in this game. It's such a beautiful area. And it's really mysterious and fanciful. I absolutely love it. But it seems like Tavarni is noticing that that automaton is going back to that house, so she's going to use this to her advantage. Haha! It didn't kill it. I was half expecting it to, but it didn't. Ooh! Okay, she has never seen this type of gnome root before. Red. Crimson. That she has never seen a crimson gnome root before. She's quite intrigued by that. She has no idea what it does. She wants to find out though, so she's going to try and nibble on it. She's going to nibble! Sadly it completely ruins the ingredient, but damage health. So crimson gnome roots damage health, it seems. Okay, no matter how hard she tried to escape this one, it was too clever for her. Okay, this dwarven sphere is a lot stronger than the usual ones she comes across. Or maybe it's because this shield is not as good. Either way, she has defeated it, so no worries. But yeah, sadly this shield isn't really holding up at the moment. I mean, it'll probably be more effective on human, mortal or humanoid enemies in this game, obviously, because the automatons don't bleed, so I don't believe they can take bleeding damage. But if we had a high enough smithing skill, we could probably try. Although I believe it's wooden, isn't it? It'll probably come under armor. It'll probably come under iron, so Tavarni might be able to smith this because I mean, in the game you can smith iron naturally anyway. But we'll say that iron is the easiest metal to smith with, so she may be able to increase the strength of that shield. And she's come across a very odd house. We're going to swap out our vampire boots, despite how much, obviously, Tavarni loves them. Oh no, we already have elven boots on. Okay, my bad. I thought we had vampiric boots on. We have nothing vampiric on us anymore. But where on earth are those boots? Where are they? Just picked them up after all. Not those ones, is it? Elven boots of something? Elven boots of waning frost. Completely went right past them for some reason. That's good. Now we have a bit of frost resistance. Nice. Leather boots of hauling. Ew, interesting. What are these? 30. Not very good, but we'll certainly take them. Tavarni wants to unenchant all of these different items so that when she actually begins to perfect her enchanting, she'll be able to make use of it. It looks as though whoever this was, the dwarves came and killed him when the dwemer was still alive. So this human or this female or whatever this was died way back when the dwarves were still alive. It seems. Why they killed him, Tavarni has no idea. Oh, we have a journal though. We have a field journal. No, she has not been married yet. But as I explained before, she probably wouldn't get married. The only person I'd be okay with her marrying, and that's just outside of role-playing her, is Serana. Not because it's a girl, but because Serana is literally the only character you come across in this game where you actually strike up a somewhat form of relationship with her. You actually get to know her somewhat, and your responses to her can be you've got a choice of responding to her neutrally, very caring, or you can respond to her just like, oh what, just like not caring at all, basically. But yeah, hey Veronica Kills, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I'm sorry to hear you don't feel all that great. I hope you feel better soon. Let's read Syrian's field journal. This is much easier to read. The lettering is actually bigger. Lovely. Once this really irritating. Okay, 4E58, second seed Midas. I spent a large portion of my life unravelling the mystery of the gnome roots, and yet I still feel unfulfilled. The trilling sound this strange herb emits seems to taunt me, to push me even harder to discover its secrets. Even after a generous and indomitable traveller became a field collector in my stead, and provided me with 5 score of the Nirn root, I was only able to muster what I considered a medical alchemical creation at best. This only served to strengthen my hunger and whet my appetite for the solution. It wasn't until over 55 years that the answer to my prayers was carried into my basement workshop at the Westfield Inn. The first thing I heard was a familiar tone, that unmistakable warble unique to the Nirn root. But when I turned around, my heart leapt, and a chill ran down my spine. This was indeed a Nirn root, but of a variety of likes of which I have never seen. The herb was awash in a spectacular array of red hues, each leaf seemingly emblazoned with innumerable variations of crimson. I couldn't move. I was completely transfixed. Never in my wildest dreams could I imagine a species of Nirn root with such a unique property. After an do apologise, that's my dog. Welcome back, Veronica. Did you go anywhere? After an awkward silence, I finally managed to stammer out a few questions to the traveller who brought me this treasure. He told me his name was Obeth Arnsian, a treasure seeker from Skyrim. Apparently he'd been exploring a vast subterranean network of grand caverns called Blackreach, and had stumbled across what he dismissed as a noisy red weed. His expedition was largely unsuccessful, and he didn't want to leave the caves empty-handed, so Obeth picked one of the Crimson Nirn root to bring home. He said that it took some time, but eventually he was pointed my way that perhaps I'd pay a fair price for it. Before I could gather my wits and ask anything else, Obeth offered to sell me the Crimson Nirn root sample, a map showing me how to find Blackreach, and the strange key needed to breach its outer defences. It took me mere moments to decide. Obeth left Skingrad 1,000 septims richer, but I would have easily paid 10 times that amount to obtain the sample alone. It took a year of planning, but I was able to pack up and sell my workshop and make my way into Skyrim. Before delving headfirst into Blackreach, I know I needed to set up a laboratory, but wished to do so in seclusion. After making inquiries at the College of Windhold, of which I was an honorary member, I was directed to speak to Aruza Surifi, a student of botanical alchemy who had a small farm near the city of Riften. By bartering my knowledge of Nirn root cultivation, I was able to secure Surifi Farm as a launching point for my field research. I kept the knowledge of the Crimson Nirn root a secret from Aruza. How do you pronounce that? Aruza? I'm just going to call it Aruza. But imparted everything else I knew to her, in exchange for her hospitality. A few months passed, but I was finally ready to enter Blackreach. I used the rune lexicon that Onbeth had provided and descended into the depths. My goal was to gather enough Crimson Nirn root to produce my greatest alchemical creation to date. I was certain it would take at least 30 of them to provide the necessary catalyst. This brings me to the present. My initial research seems to indicate that the Crimson Nirn root has a similar affinity for moisture as the garden variety, but also maintains some sort of symbiotic relationship with the enormous fungi that inhabits Blackreach. It's my guess that the fungi itself is a source of water, absorbing it from the moist subterranean air like a sponge. This provides the ideal environment for the Nirn root to grow. Unfortunately, the Crimson Nirn root appears to have a vastly shortened lifespan, and there are in no way plentiful down here. Gathering 30 of them will be quite a challenge, but hopefully the denizens of Blackreach will allow me to gather my samples unhindered. So, Tavarni is somewhat interested. Obviously, she's interested in alchemy, mostly for the poisonous properties of plants, and this Nirn root itself does have poisonous properties, so she is quite intrigued. However, it doesn't look like this Cinderian has left any form of instructions as to how to create this potion that is needed, that needs 30 Nirn roots to be created. So she's quite disappointed in that, but perhaps she'll be able to create it herself out of experimentation. Now, if anyone remembers Cinderian, he's actually from Oblivion. He was in Oblivion. He was the guy that you took the Gnome route to. So I believe that mention to the Traveller, who became the Collector for him, was actually your character from Oblivion. So I really do like how they tied Oblivion into this. Not quite sure that I'm happy that they killed him off, but I guess it makes kind of sense because the dwemer probably weren't all that happy that he was kind of getting in the way. And if anyone doesn't know, Oblivion was set 300 years, like Skyrim is set 300 years in the future of Oblivion. So he probably died a long time ago, and it would make sense that the dwemer killed him. But we're over encumbered again. Perhaps we can make some... Oh, he has an enchanter. That's brilliant. We can de-enchant our weapons, can't we? So we can de-enchant this one. No, not that one. We do that one. Liver boots. Yep, that one. Ring of waning magic. Yep. We have to get rid of this. This isn't worth keeping. What else don't we need? Circular conjuration. We don't need that. We don't need apprentice robes or the imperial bow sparks. Crossbow we'll keep for a ranged weapon. I don't want to lose that just yet because I don't believe our sneak skill. It's just a little off. So, But if I get rid of that, we will lose. Well, if Tavarni disenchants that, she will lose. Obviously, she'll lose the weapon, and that's kind of been her main weapon so far. But since we're so close to leveling up, well, not actually. How far away are we to leveling up? Because we could be quite a while away. No, we're quite close. So we are gonna. Tavarni's decided to disenchant her axe because she feels confident enough that soon she'll be able to just use the dagger to defeat her enemies. Oh, was it 200 years? Oh, okay then. My bad. I thought it was 300. Thank you for correcting me, Veronica. And I'm really sorry to hear about that. That's terrible. I'm really sorry to hear that. Have you contacted the authorities to sort of get it sorted out? Because if they manage to find them or something, can't you get the money back or something like that? I know there's some sort of way it works. And oh yes, that day in the life of the librarian is absolutely hilarious. That really made me laugh. They did a brilliant job. It really reminded me of the British documentaries that you see on TV, like of airports and such. It was brilliant. It was very funny indeed. And I have to thank Cuddle Toy for favouriting it, otherwise I wouldn't have seen it myself. So thank you, Cuddle Toy. Very much appreciate it. I'm really tempted to make a poison. Oh wow, 50 points of damage. That's quite tasty. What's this? Target moves at 50%. Yes, we'll make that one. Yeah, let's just use it. So we're -1. We're -1 apparently with the Crimson Gnome roots. That's not good. There are a limited amount. I don't know if they grow back, but oh well. Doesn't really matter because that quest you really... I forgot what you get for doing that quest, but it's not really all that good. Wow. 119 snowberries. It's quite a few. Right, here's hoping if we make enough potions, we'll be able to level up. But the more potions that Tavarni creates, the better she is getting at this. The more powerful or more potent her poisons are becoming, which makes her smile a lot because they're becoming very handy indeed. Especially if she completely switches to a dagger. She's going to need some very potent poisons to defeat her enemies once they spot her, if she fails in killing them stealthily. So, in the darkness. Well, I don't know. I'm sure they would have done something, and yeah, it's because whenever I like or I favourite, whenever I like and favourite a video on YouTube, it decides to throw it up on Twitter for some reason. I guess I could turn it off, but yeah, I like to share what I find interesting. I like to share it. Welcome back, Mr. Bloggedy, and I don't drink. I don't like drinking, to be honest. There's only a couple times that I've actually have drank. One, ebony or vein. I thought I could pick up the mushroom there. But once when it was my brother's 30th or something, my older brother, obviously, and everyone kept buying me pints, but I wasn't really a fan of alcohol. But I couldn't like not drink it. It would have been rude. So I ended up drinking 8 pints, and I felt a bit dizzy. So yeah, well, I wasn't really drunk, so I can't say I've never really been drunk. Actually, I've never been drunk. That's just because I don't like alcohol whatsoever. And then the other time was at my other older brother's wedding. They were handing out champagne with the meals, and I had 2 glasses of champagne, and I drank them way too quickly, so I got kind of tipsy. And my poor little nephew who was sitting next to me, I was handed the gravy for my dinner, or the meal, and I kind of spilt a bit on him, and it was really hot, and I kind of got his suit covered in gravy. But he was really sweet, and he said, "Don't worry, I'll say that I did it." It was really sweet. But of course I couldn't let him do that. But yeah, so... But I'm not really a fan of alcohol. I only drank then because it was a special occasion, but... No, alcohol is incredibly pointless to me. There is no point to it. There's no benefits to it. No positive effects. And getting drunk, like... No, just... Right, okay. Tavarni needs to use her... She's now seeing that although daggers should do the same amount of damage as a weapon does, because she is up and close, it doesn't seem as though it's doing all that much damage. So she's going to have to resort to her damage health potions, which she has quite a few of. Look at that. Alright, I need to go to I need to go to the favourites and get rid of a few things. We don't need the Falmer's shield, that's for sure. We don't need torches. Yeah, if we just keep the dagger... We don't even need the dagger, actually. That's going to be her main weapon anyway. If we just keep all of the poisons there, then apparently we have flames as well, for some reason. Oh well. We'll keep them. Don't run away. No. Oh. Yes. Daggers may be small, but they just do as much damage. We'll take that axe just in case until we manage to level up. Actually, how far away are we from leveling up now? Not too far. Hopefully we level up when our sneak reaches 50. That would be very nice indeed. Okay, yeah, I was quite tipsy. And sorry if you can hear my dog, everyone. But yeah, I've never been drunk before. I don't plan on ever being drunk because it just, like I said, just why? It's like I just don't understand why people go to nightclubs. They have booming music, so you can't hear anyone anyway. So why you can't hear your friends? So why go there? You won't be able to hear them talk or anything. And then on top of that, you're just going to get drunk. And if you get really drunk, you'll probably forget half the night. Which is like, okay, so you went out to enjoy yourself, but you're going to forget your entire night. Logic? I don't see any logic in that. But that's just me. That's just me. Okay, I think I'm going to use... I do love the sound effects for this creature. There you go, our sneak level went right up. Good thing about daggers is you can hit the enemy many times over because they're very lightweight. So you can hit the enemy a lot more times than you can with a main or a standard weapon. Let's go for stamina. And now we can get Assassin's Blade. Okie dokie. Now we're going to do a lot of damage. And... oh my word, we have a lot of Falmer here, so we're going to activate this automaton. Run! Run, 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 run. Let the Falmer deal with the Dwarven Centurion, who hopefully will kill them all, and then I'll come and sneak up again. Hopefully we'll kill them all, and then Tavarni can go and kill the Dwarven Centurion. Since now that she's defeated one, she knows where its weak spots are, and she can sneak up upon it and hopefully do a lot of damage, especially since the dagger is a lot smaller, so she'll be able to jam it into those very soft and delicate areas of the Dwarven Centurion. Sounds a little bit ow, kind of, ow. Because I know exactly where she'd stab and, making me uncomfortable. Oh wow. Well, yeah, I mean, I mean, obviously alcohol can shorten your lifespan, but I'm not saying that. I mean, I don't drink alcohol for that very reason. I don't particularly want my organs to be, you know, all blah, blah, blah. But I'm more saying it because it's such a pointless substance. There's no point to it. I don't know. Burn it with fire! Burn it! Burn it! Finish it off with a punch. Yeah. Knockout. It's the knockout round. Okay, right, we actually don't need these weapons anymore, which is good, The less weapons we have, the less weighed down we'll be. We have a lot of arrows though, don't we? Really need to find somewhere to, ooh, alright, that's poisoned. I like how it's got like a little arrow that's green to say that it's poisoned. I guess you could you could poison a bunch of weapons and then switch out to them, but then it seems kind of pointless. But eventually, anyway, there is a perk that allows us to... There's a perk that allows us to use the poison twice. Like your weapon is poisoned twice, so you don't have to constantly re-poison it. But I still feel that twice is just not enough. It should have been 5 or something like that. And now we get to see one of the DLC creatures, which is the bigger form of the creature that we killed just a little while ago, and they are quite troublesome. And our poisons, as you can see, do hardly any damage. Oh my word! Wow, I was not taking note of my health there, was I? That's not good. Oh, that's okay. Game saved just after I killed that last Falmer, so that's not too bad. Ugh. Oh really? Oh, okay then. I didn't know that. I've heard that wine is good for the heart, or something like that along those lines. But I much prefer not to drink alcohol altogether, to be honest. Now I have to re-favorite all of these different weapons. Nah. Must re-favorite them all. Right, we'll get rid of... Right, I don't know why Ray Zombie is favorited. Don't need that, but we'll keep the... We'll keep the Vampire Lord. What on earth happened there? What on earth is going on? That was weird. Don't know if that happened for... Okay, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. My screen zoomed in for some reason. Is that a glitch in the game, or is that something else entirely? Okay, let's see if we can actually kill this with a sneak attack. There you go, and there, as you can see, there is the beauty of the Assassin's Blade perk. The amount of damage we did there, and we finish it off with a bone crusher. It's just exactly what you'd expect to do to an insect. But that is the power of the Assassin's Blade perk. You can do a lot of damage. That's 12 damage times 15. And it looks like the Dwarven Centurion managed to kill all the Falmer off for us, so that was nice of him. Now we'll just go and kill him. I knew it was a good idea to activate him. Spares. Oh no! This one's still alive apparently. But we'll put an end to his misery. Look at the size of those mushrooms. Huge. What? We're sneaking. Game. How does that make sense? What? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm not quite sure if it's because we activated the Dwarven Centurion, and so... Because there's this really weird thing where... if you have a follower, and they engage the enemy... Wow, look at the amount... Look at that. Dead in seconds. That's how deadly these guys are. Uh-oh. Okay, let's not move. Our sneak skill is apparently not high enough to confuse the Dwarven Centurion. Sadly, they're slow. They're very slow. And with that dagger, yeah, he's no match for us. Defeated. I know that the dwemer were elves, but I do wonder if their appearance was somewhat like this. If they base their appearance like the centurions' faces upon themselves, or if they based it upon their gods. I really wish that there was much more insight into the dwemer. It's kind of irritating. I have 2 Falmer swords for some reason. Just randomly pick them up from nowhere. So we're not actually looking to do the Crimson Gnome Root quest. All that Tavarni cares about is getting this Elder Scroll for Lord Harkon. No, but I mean, she has to. Her inquisitive mind, you know, she's curious about this place, so she does want to do a little bit of exploring. And if she does come across any of these gnome roots, she will pick them up, because obviously she wouldn't mind creating whatever this potion is that requires 30 of them. Okay, bye Veronica Kills, thank you for joining. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And yes, Vampires in Oblivion. I'm sure there's a really good mod that actually make vampires better. Oh yeah. 180 damage. I guess I should have said that, but I wasn't thinking that at the time. My apologies, everyone. Yeah, I mean, but they are actually elves. From what I've read, they're part of the elven race. Or they're one of the many different elven races within Tamriel. I'd much prefer them to be elven. It makes sense because the elves are always portrayed as very intelligent, and it makes sense for them to have come up with these incredible automatons and all of these mechanizations. Right, we'll let him. I forgot to. Oh no, I didn't. I did loot that dwarven centurion, didn't I? But we're gonna leave that one offline, as it were. We won't disturb his slumber, because we might need him later, or he may need to protect this place. I do like how there's a few of them scattered about Blackreach to protect this area. I just wish there would have been some sort of DLC, like even if it was time traveling, like you go back and you can choose to be a dwemer, and like it's really expanded. Like this entire place is filled with dwemer and different shops and such. That'd be so awesome. Smaller elves. Well, there isn't. I swear there's another fantasy book or story or something like that where dwarves are actually, well, not dwarves. Yeah, I think there is. Like when they're actually elves, or maybe it's just Skyrim. But they're nicknamed dwarves. But they just nickname them by the other races, but obviously their true name is Dwemer. So, just because they're nicknamed dwarves doesn't obviously mean that they are like dwarves. Because I think that was a bit of a mistake on Bethesda's part, letting their nickname be dwarves, because it gets very confusing. Because they're not like dwarves at all, and obviously people are going to think, oh, dwarves, you mean like dwarves from Lord of the Rings? Like, no, not at all. But I think that's what everyone would think, because obviously I think Lord of the Rings really made dwarves, obviously with the new Lord of the Rings as well, it made dwarves sort of that, like they look like that. That's their sort of staple. That's like a staple dwarf. No, not staple. That's like a main I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. But Lord of the Rings makes dwarves like, as in, like, a lot of people will think, oh, dwarf, okay, it's like that one from Lord of the Rings, basically. My brain is half off at the moment. And hey, Vampires, welcome to the stream, thank you for joining. Okay, your Wood Elf sounds badass, Viperess. He sounds pretty damn awesome. He sounds like, I don't know why he's reminding me of, like, some sort of like motorbike punk, you know. He's got like the spiky hair, leather jacket, driving down the street on his loud motorcycle, like yeah. It brings out his chain and hits people on the way through the roads, all the way down the roads. That reminds me of Road Rash. I think that's where I got that from. Road Rash. If anyone's ever played Road Rash, it's basically a motorcycle racing game, and while you're racing, you have to. Well, you don't have to, but you can kick and you can chain whip all of the other racers and get them out of the race. It's pretty fun. Candlelight, apothecary's satchel. Yep. I've seen that and I've said that so many times, yeah, I still stumble upon that name or word. Okay. Oh wow, look at that. Tavarni is, wow, astounded by it. Look at that. That's incredible. I love this as well. It reminds me of like an alien sort of, what's it, like an alien beam that they suck up the humans with. No, they take me away. But look at that. She is completely taken back by this huge piece of apparatus. I mean, she doesn't even know what this does. She has no idea what this does. But I'm guessing this is where she's already come across a lexicon before, so she knows how she's supposed to place it. She knows that that's where it's supposed to be placed. He killed everyone in Riverwood. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, okay, then that's cool. That's pretty cool. That's different for a wood elf, because usually wood elves are usually, oh, okay, they use bows. That's usually what wood elves are made for, but it's nice that you're doing something different, sort of going against the norm. I'm hoping it comes to life. It's like a giant automaton. It's like, good God. I've forgotten how to do this, and Tavarni clearly wouldn't know how to do this, so she's just pressing the buttons like any person would do. Just press the big buttons and see what happens. Oh, there we go. No, wait. Oh, wow. I do love that. That just looks incredible. It looks so awesome. Oh, it's closed again. There we go. Okay then, Tavarni is getting somewhere. Look how cool that is though, that's so awesome. I don't even know how that top half is actually floating, but this is Skyrim! Anything is possible. Anything. Okay, I'm guessing we have to... There we go. Okay then. So, now we have to match up all of the light sources. Oh no, there we go, we've done it. Oh, that giant machine, all to contain one tiny scroll. Now, this is not the first time she's come across an Elder Scroll, of course, but Tavarni is completely... I mean, look at her, she's just like, good God. But she's found an Elder Scroll, and I think if anyone found an Elder Scroll, they'd be sort of just like gobsmacked. Like, I mean, seeing this was astounding enough, but being able to come into contact with an Elder Scroll, it's just, and actually find one on her own, it's exciting, and it's all sorts of amazing. Now that she has the Elder Scroll, she's got what Lord Harkon wanted. She can now return to the castle and show him. And she also has the lexicon that Septimus wants, but of course she's probably not going to go and see Septimus again for a long time, so if he dies, that's his own fault. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, Mr. Blogger. A giant automaton that would crush Skyrim, just to completely destroy all of Skyrim. That'd be so awesome. Just ran it. What does this do? What does it self-destruct? Oh crap! No, but it'd be cool if the dwemer managed to create like a voice. Like, something tells me that the dwemer would be able to make a steam-powered computer. The one race to pull it off. So finally, Tavarni's outside, and she kind of finds it odd that there's a. She's wondering if this is the tent that the expedition. Maybe some of the expedition people survived. She's not all that. She doesn't really care all that much, but I love how the one inside is empty, but the one outside is got things in it. It's just a bit odd. Potato! Potato! Now, why are we taking the shovel? I do find it funny how all of the knapsacks always have the same thing. An apple, a potion of healing, a piece of jewellery, a book. There's never anything different. And I picked up a shovel, didn't I? We can't use that as a weapon, sadly. So, kind of makes it a bit... And did I drop something else there? Or was that was snow? Ah, Tavarni is so happy to be out in the fresh air again. She was beginning to feel a little bit claustrophobic in that dwemer ruin. She found it fascinating, but definitely not a place she wants to stay in. So now she has to make her way back to Castle Valkyr, of course, and show Lord Harkon that she has managed to find one of the Elder Scrolls. And obviously Castle Valkyr is over here. So she needs to find herself a travel cart. Now she could either travel all the way across right the way to Valkyr, but she's going to head down towards Whiterun because she believes that's closer. And from there she'll catch a cart all the way up to Solitude, and from there she'll go to Castle Valkyr. Just say that she's checking on her map where Whiterun is, and apparently it's not. Okay, I swear I put the markers there. Game, are you trolling me, or what's going on here? Or is it behind? Maybe it's behind this. Yeah, there it is. Pretty sneaky, Skyrim. Pretty sneaky. Hello, hello, Braden. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I very much appreciate it. Imperials or Stormcloaks? Tavarni, the character, has no interest at all in either of those. She finds them both very petty. She doesn't like the Imperials because obviously the Old Mary Dominion are basically controlling them. The Imperials are lapdogs to the Old Mary Dominion now. And the Stormcloaks, she just feels, are utter fools. They have no chance of defeating the Old Mary Dominion and the Imperials put together. So, but I am the Dark Elf race, and well, technically, actually, Tavarni believes she's of the vampiric race now. She's no longer the Dark Elf, she's just a vampire. She just comes under one banner. Oh my word! That sounds like an awesome mod Vipress. Like, when does the music change to Thomas the Tank Engine? Da 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 Ah, Thomas the Tank Engine. That was so awesome to watch when I was younger. Oh, that sucks. That should be the theme music for the dragons. See, now that would be really awesome. Oh, right, I see. I thought you were talking about the Dwemer ruins. Yeah, if there was anything else in the bag, the knapsack, it will just explode. But I think it'd be really cool if there was like a self-destruct in the Dwemer ruins and you could activate it. I mean, obviously it'd be a shame because the Dwemer ruins are really interesting, but once you've been in them once, you don't really need to go in them again. So I think that would be really awesome if there was a self-destruct mode. No, it would be awesome. And take care, Vampires. Thank you for joining. I probably won't be on later. I'm going to end the stream fairly soon. But thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. But there needs to be Thomas music. There needs to be a Thomas theme when the dragons appear. Okay, we must be very close to... Oh, there... Wow, we got here pretty quickly. I heard a wolf. Or Tavarni's very acute ears heard a wolf. Could have sworn she heard one. Or maybe it was the wind. Now, see, I like this kind of weather as well in real life. It's a bit windy, dark clouds, and it's raining. I don't know why, I just love this sort of weather. Wow, we were a lot closer to Whiterun than I actually thought we were. Hello there, the Beast. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I very much appreciate it. I hope you enjoy it. jumping out of the explosion and just, and then you just like fly forward and face first into the snow. That, God, imagine what your face would be so sore, because I can imagine the snow in Skyrim would be incredibly cold.
Where do you want to go?
I want to go to Solitude, you mortal.
Have you ever met one of them cats? Sheep, they call themselves. I hear there's
I think that's a really... I don't know why the driver would say that, because obviously you would come into contact with Khajiit. They're all over the place. I think that was a bit of a silly line to put in the game, but I'm just nitpicking here. I like to do that. Like to nitpick. Ah, well, super interesting acts that we've seen about thousands and billions and millions of times before. Thank you, game. Thank you so much. I prefer the artwork from Oblivion, to be honest. I don't like these interactive 3D screens. I swear they just increase the chance of the game freezing. Because I've had it freeze on those loading screens before, and I think I blame the stupid 3D weapon that's sort of hovering in midair that you can turn around. It's just silly. Like, I much prefer like pictures of the landscape. Welcome back, Viperess. Foolish balls, I command you to stop. I don't really like football myself. Not a big fan of football. It's not my thing. I find most sports really uninteresting, to be honest. Dodgeball. See, now dodgeball is different because dodgeball's a lot of fun. I quite like tennis. Well, I say quite like. I like tennis, but I not overly like it. It's okay, sort of thing. What other sports? Badminton's kind of fun to play. Basketball can be somewhat fun to play. But all of these sports people get paid way too much. At least footballers. Like, honestly, £1 million a month? For kicking a leather ball around a field? Really? You do not deserve that amount of money. I don't care who you are. I don't care how long you've been playing football. I don't care how famous you are. You do not deserve £1 million. Give that to the people that deserve it. You know, the people that keep the electricity running for us to actually live in our homes. And, you know, just, this world's just shameful. It's despicable. Or at least give it to the, you know, the Olympians that actually, you know, well, even the Olympians, to be honest. Meh. That's just my fault. Bowling! Yeah, now bowling is awesome. Bowling is a lot of fun. I love bowling. I haven't been bowling in a long time now. Dodge the balls! Dodgeball is awesome. I really like dodgeball. That's a fun sport. That's a lot of fun to play. I haven't played that since secondary school, though. That was ages ago. I haven't played... Yeah. Although we only played it a few times. But we didn't use the leather balls, we used the soft ones. I mean, I don't particularly want to take a leather ball right to the face. The garbage man? Well, yeah, saying that, the garbage man should get a... I mean, come on, he does do a pretty grimy job, but not a lot of people would want to do that. So, you know. Wow, Tavarni's breathing quite heavily. I guess I'd say it's an effect of the sun, considering she's a vampire. It's probably very draining for her to be out in the sun. She doesn't like to be out in the sun too much. Obviously, our stamina doesn't regenerate in the sun as well, so that could be why she keeps breathing quite heavily. That or she's really turned on. I just had to throw that out there. Just had to throw... I mean, even vampires need pleasure too. Just saying. Just saying. So close to Castle Valkyrie, I can see it! Just in the distance! Soon we shall be there! Yeah, I mean that's pretty dark, Viperess, but you've got a point there. I mean, it's a pretty grimy job. Yeah, they deserve more pay. I find it funny how these really crucial jobs that keep the world running, the people get paid very little, and then the really pointless jobs that don't keep the world running, like footballers and the likes of them, they get paid lots and lots of money. I just don't understand. Don't understand at all. What on earth is going... Okay, these seem to be Imperials. Barney doesn't want to even bother with them. She could easily kill them, of course, but she doesn't want to bother. They look like they had a Stormcloak in as a prisoner, and she hates the Stormcloaks more than the Imperials. So if they're going to execute him, all the better for the land of Skyrim. No, stop saying that, Mr. Blackney. It's not Hawken Senpai. No. She fancies Serana. I thought we already said this. We already said this. Tavarni has a thing for Serana, but because obviously you can never enter a relationship with Serana, and I can't remember what I said in RP terms for why it would never happen. Yeah, Tavarni's probably going to be a lonely soul. Sadly. Sad face. Sad. Poor Tavarni. Yeah, when you said he, I was like, hold on, he? What? Who? What? When? Why? Why? But I knew what you meant, Mr. Bloggerby. Hi, Serana. Bye, Serana. Still standing out here waiting for me? Wow, you're a patient soul, that's for sure. I mean, how long ago did we leave Serana? I mean, how many days has it been? It's had to have been at least a week, and she's just been standing out there waiting for us. This is just what Tavarni was looking forward to. Getting back to the castle. Her home. Her home now, it is her home. No more sun, and she can go and feed upon the cattle because she's getting hungry once again. She hasn't fed since that Khajiit back in the ruins, which we'll say she spent a good couple of days in there, even though obviously. No, not that, Mr. Blegady. That no. No. Yeah, that's true, Viperus. That's a good take on it. That's an interesting take on it. That's very true. But I still don't feel they should be paid that much. Like, honestly, in today's world, they do not deserve that much money. They don't. They're not really a benefit to society. So you know, this is what Tavarni wanted the last time she was here. There were no. All right, easy. There were no female humans, and she prefers to feast upon females because. No, I'm hungry. Nom 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 nom. I don't know if because you're a female, but I don't know if you do it multiple times if it makes a difference. I'm not quite sure. There isn't any sort of vampire meter, so I'm just sort of guessing that if you do it more than once, I could be wrong though. Bow chicka wow wow. Now, Serana's not that kind of girl though, is she? And I've never been in here. Ooh. Pretty empty room. But okay. A random candle, for some reason. But I'm guessing all of these barrels are filled with blood. And who sleeps in here, I wonder? Ragor Thrallmaster. Okay, let's have a look.
You're new here, so I'll explain this once. You feed from the thralls as much as you like. You kill them, and I'll split you in half.
Oh, that's nice of you.
All over Skyrim. It's my job to collect them. I try and keep something for everyone. For every taste, I mean. Sometimes you get one who comes willingly, but most have to be convinced to join us here.
Yeah, the only way I'd come willingly is if you turn me into Vampire Lord. There'd be no way in hell I'd say, yeah, sure, you can suck my blood until I die from, blood loss. Don't think so. Don't think so. Right now that Tavarni has fed, she's very excited to show Lord Harkon the Elder Scroll. She's very excited to see what his response will be. Lord Harkon, Lord Harkon, Lord Harkon. What? 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 I've got you. Nah! Damn this game. Damn this game and its stupid rules. See, now this is Harkon's coffin. You would have expected it to be a little bit cooler looking, wouldn't you? Like a little bit more fancy. Apparently we can take all these, so I'm just going to rob... Tavarni's going to rob Lord Harkon blind. No, that's probably something she wouldn't do, but we'll say that she asked him because she liked them, and he... since she's done a fine job, that's her payment for doing such a good job or something. I don't know. That'll be my excuse. Oh, potion of blood. Yummy. Yum, yum, yum. What's this? Oh, look. Oh, wow. Isn't that cool? He's using the skulls as book what are they called? Book separators or something? I forgot what they're called, but that's pretty awesome. Whoa. Hello, what on earth is this? Dragon Priest Dagger. Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. Not all that good. It's not as good as our Dwarven Dagger, but interesting nonetheless. Wonder what that I mean, doesn't seem to have any special properties, which is a shame. I like how Harkon displays a dead hand. That's with some jewellery. That's lovely. I'm guessing this is where he tortures those that really irritate him. And here's instruments of doom. Embalming. That's an embalming tool? That's a little creepy. That just looks like a really giant, painful, blunt pair of scissors to me, but okay. I guess this is where he keeps his pets as well. Doesn't have one at the moment. That's a shame. Yeah, I guess so, Viperus. Very cavemanish of the human race, but yeah, it makes sense. The Tavarni is curious. She hasn't been in every single room of this castle, so I never knew this was here. And who's this owned by? Who sleeps in a bed? I'm guessing this might be Serana's room. Serana seems to have a nicer room than her father. I'm guessing this is Serana's room. It doesn't make sense for it to be anyone else's, unless this was Harkon's wife, maybe. Perhaps Mr. Blogby, but she hasn't shown any interest in Tavarni yet. And exactly, why show jewels? Why you can wear them and display dead hands instead? Because dead hands are so much awesomer. Yeah, that is. That's just. I guess that's just an insight into the mind of Lord Harkon. We'll just use all of them, might as well. The amount of snowberries we have, it's ridiculous! It's ridiculous! Oh, level 43. Slowly but surely, Tavarni is becoming even greater and greater at making potions. I don't think I'm going to waste the Crimson Noras, but look at that! 51 damage! 51 points of health damage. That is... wow. Okay, what's in here? What's in here? Oh, it's just a wardrobe. This is an odd place to display things, if you ask me. Like, nobody'd be able to see them, but... maybe this is like a walk-in wardrobe. Ah, okay. I see what you did there, game. Pretty sneaky. And we can take all of these as well. So this must be either the alchemist / somebody's bedroom. I'm not quite sure why there's a bed there. It's a bit odd. Maybe that's where they send people that want to join them to like have a nice evening in. And then when they wake up, they're a vampire and they no longer want to use it. Vampire armor, vampire gauntlets. Ooh, I didn't even know there were any of these. I have never come across vampire gauntlets before. And then level 14. What level are the elven gauntlets? Level 4. Ah, nice. We're going to wear the vampire ones then. Look at them. They look deadly. These must do some form of hand-to-hand damage, surely. Oh, I guess if you have the perk, they do. But let's have a look at them. Where are they? Can't really see them very well. That's a shame. And even in the light, the camera's not going to let me show them off properly. They look pretty damn cool, though.
Petty squabbles here.
Okay. Good for you. Is he looking for me? He is, isn't he? No?
That was just lying around? I hope you find life in the castle to be to your liking.
Hold on. What? What was just lying around? Something was lying around that we have, and I don't know what. He could have hinted towards something. I think we've already been in here, so this is enough exploring. But anyway, everyone, it's come to that time again. I still don't understand. There's an alchemy table here and an enchanting table. So that room... Oh, that's nice. Oh. That room clearly was some sort of guest bedroom. I don't know. But yes, it's come to that time again. Lord Harkon clearly doesn't care that we found an Elder Scroll. Which is odd considering when Serana came in. He was quite joyous. But I guess we have to go and find the other one. And obviously Tavarni is going to have to trick Serana into believing that she is helping her, when in actual fact she's going to double cross Serana, and as soon as she gets the scroll she's out of there like a lightning bolt and she's going to give them to Lord Harkon. But yes, that's the end of the stream, everyone, so I'd like to thank everyone for watching. I really do appreciate